your screen. Tell me you can see it and tell me it's readable, because you'll need to be able to see it. And if it's not, then you'll have to go without.
Oh,
where can I see something?
And if it's not, then we'll have to.
Twitch.
TV/Borlach _
Where can I see something?
And if it's not, then we'll have to.
Twitch.
TV/Borlach _
You should see the live
Captain
screen.
_Slaymore said, "Let the pain begin."
Yeah.
You should see the live screen.
Captain _Slaymore said, "Let the pain begin."
All right, and Borlach, you have to voice the characters. That has to be a
You know I don't do that. I don't dress up. I don't do voices. I occasionally will attempt an accent, but
you made me do pirate, but it needs to be a point reward. A point.
But
reward.
What you have to do and what I have to do are different.
Come on. Point reward. Borlach does voices.
Just before I started streaming, I did switch the channel rewards back on for something good, something bad, and save our souls. So
that, yes.
People in chat, you're not allowed to play them.
Okay, that had to be clarified.
Yeah.
Let me get on my old account here.
Let me get my bot account.
So, if they play something good or something bad, then it might not happen immediately. I'll work it into the, that particular scene or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I think we're ready to go. Can you see the screen? Okay, you all.
Yeah, it looks good. It's very clear.
Okay then.
Yep.
So it's dawn in the summer in the desert. You're standing outside the gates of Sin City. Not one of the public gates for tourists and for wealthy people, but one of the large side gates, one of the big reinforced ones. You've got a metal wall in front of you, around about 50 feet high, topped with sentry turrets. The gates are big enough to let an orc army through. You're stood in a line facing the gate on the outside, having been taken outside and turned around, and you're facing an officer, a Monarch PD officer. Behind him, he's backed up by a couple of Monarch special forces in doggy bone armor, who have their guns trained on you. He goes down the line, cutting the plastic cuffs off your arms, pulls out a large bottle of water, drinks half of it in front of you, puts the cap back on, and then drops it on the ground in front of you. And then he turns around and walks back towards the gate. You can already feel the heat of the sun on your backs, and the wind is starting to pick up, blowing dust and sand.
I'll grab the water bottle.
Yeah, there is U4. Your initiative's higher than everybody else's, so yeah, before anyone else has reacted, you've picked it up.
Yes.
Okay, what are you guys out for?
For rumors that there was no proof of that I was involved in stuff.
I didn't do it. Lawyer, fuck me.
Well, if they would have had proof, then I probably wouldn't be out here.
That's true.
It wasn't my fault that I'm here. It was my netrunner. He messed up our last job, and we got caught.
I'll make sure that's not too loud. I'll just put some background music on for the stream. That's all. So, and I need to turn it down in my ears so I can hear you properly. There we go. Okay. So there's the four of you. You have, a 30-year-old, looks like a technician, dressed in overalls. Red. I can't remember how you described yourself. You were 30, in your 30s.
Yeah, I'm obviously mixed race, have light, bright blue hair, a tattoo over my right ear, that glows in weird colors, and I'm pretty much dressed in standard streetwear with some extra pockets in there, so like combat trousers or something like that.
Okay. So look, Nin, you've got is a young looking guy who's got two obviously metal legs.
Yes.
And a whip thin but athletic 30-something female, which I think was yours, Asper, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Short and powerful.
So, although it's a little after dawn, it is the summer, and you are in Nevada. So already, behind you, away from the city, the sun is rising.
All right.
And it's starting to get hot. It's already starting to heat up. Let's have a look. To start with, you can all give me survival rolls.
What is it?
Survival.
Yeah, so roll a D100. We've got a 14 off Red. What was that? A 46 off Cap.
Ooh.
Asper got me an 11.
I'm gonna die. Oh
And
no, the
then what
lower
did you
one's
get?
better.
Lower
Nope.
is better.
Okay.
45. That's a fail. Okay. Everyone passed except for the young guy with the jack legs.
Yeah.
Low is better because you want to get equal to or under your skill, and the lower you get, the better, because you'll pass different difficulties. So, for instance, the 14 from Red is a normal pass just because the survival skill isn't that high. 46 was just a pass. 11 was a hard pass. So, Yana scored the best there. You are aware, although you haven't ventured out of the city in a long time, you are aware that outside of the city, out of the protection of the walls, the heat is going to go up into the 40s easily, and probably within the next couple of hours, which is that's about 110 in real money, Cap, I think, something like that.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, hot anyway.
And Chrome Legs gonna absorb a lot of that heat.
It's at this point, and an electronic voice from the walls orders you to step away from the walls. You have 5 minutes to comply.
All right.
So,
which way are we headed?
What can I look around and see if I spot something somewhere?
Well, outside of the city, you've got desert. Yeah. There's a road running directly away from the gate that obviously hasn't seen much use. It's heavily cracked. It was obviously concrete, but is buckled, has bits of dry weed growing up from between it. But it is the only feature outside of the city, and it heads almost due east towards the sun.
Okay.
Give me awareness rolls.
100 again, D100.
Yeah. So
Nice.
all of the standard rolls are a D100. It's only damage that
Okay.
deviates from that normally.
Yeah.
Also, if I ask
Ooh.
for a difficult D100 roll or an easy D100 roll, you actually roll 2.
Okay.
So, how did we get on?
Pass.
Fail.
So, red passed, and then some.
Yeah.
9.
I passed. I'm a 6.
You got a 6. That's also a mega success. Cap, you just got a pass. Not that it matters. Standard pass. So as long as you passed. Nin, what did you get?
82.
That's a fail. So you're good at this so far. You're showing your inexperience. Your character's just going, what? The other three, the three of you can see in the distance to the east along the road what looks like a road sign with some writing on it. It's a bit distorted, a bit weathered, and has got some bullet holes in it, the metal sign. Red and Asper, you can read the words Boulder City to 2 miles on it.
Okay. So we should probably head towards there and find some kind of shelter until it gets too hot.
Well, there's certainly no shelter around you. The area immediately around the walls has been cleared for probably half a mile in all directions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since we have limited time, I suggest walking that way towards Boulder City until we get a better idea.
Mm-hmm. But it says 2 hours or 2 miles. What was it?
2 miles.
2 miles.
2 miles. Okay.
On
So you're
foot.
looking at 30 minutes.
Yeah, on foot is about half an hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you do. You go past the sign, and you're following the road. In no particular order. It's a wide road. It used to be a freeway, so it would have been like 4 lanes across at least. It was a main road between the two. So you're walking along it for about half an hour. By the time you reach the outskirts of what is obviously the ruins of Boulder City, the sun is well above the horizon, and you're all starting to sweat. Even though you haven't specifically pushed hard. It's not a hard pace that you were setting. Conserving energy.
Well, if it's ruins, there are still some buildings that could be used
There are.
for shelter.
You can already see on the outskirts, although the buildings are few and far between at the moment, there is a sign welcoming you to Boulder City, but it's lying on the floor and has what looks like the hole from a tank shell going through it. And it's rusted. There's bits of concrete and masonry dotted about. There's obviously piles of rubble that used to be buildings and aren't anymore. But there is a semi-intact building off the side of the road to the right that still has its sign. It's not lit up anymore, obviously. It's rusted. But it says gas and gulp. And it looks like the remains of a gas station.
Can I look around to see if there's like anybody else around that might be hiding to ambush us or something?
Make an awareness roll.
$18.
You're pretty sure there's nobody nearby except for you 4.
Okay.
If there is a sign to that gas station, can I see that or another building that looks like we might find some stuff there, or at least get decent shelter?
No, it's the only building with still intact walls within sight. But you are on the very outskirts of what used to be the city.
Next
Walls
door,
are
this
good, but a
building.
roof is better.
Yeah, it's single story, flat topped. The building, as far as you can see from where you are.
Borlach.
Yep.
I think you counted 10 too much for my cyber psychotic points or something.
Where are we?
Because I lose 31.
I took it from your dice rolls. So we can check them later, though. It's not going to affect any gameplay for now. So we'll double check the rolls.
Maybe I count wrong.
Because I just wrote them in and let the computer work it out.
Well then.
But you're still plenty high enough for your empathy. Not going to affect anything else. It wouldn't be dangerous until you got down to like 20 or lower, when you'd have to start to worry.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so you can see the obviously ruined but still semi-intact gas station ahead of you and to the right. There's rubble around it and the twisted remains of what used to be a chain link fence that covered 3 sides of the, the building, the area that the building sat in. There's some ruined shells of vehicles outside on the forecourt. There's windows and doors, but there's no glass left in them that you can see.
Anyone got any weapons hidden? In case there is someone in there?
Yeah, I got some snubbers.
I have nothing on me.
You do have your retractable scratches, but that's it. And Red and Cat are currently unarmed.
My fingernails.
Yeah.
Yep. So
should we head over there and see if we can find anything?
It certainly get out of the. You can see it's in shadow, so you definitely get out of the sun at least for a while.
Yeah, let's.
If you want, I can sneak ahead because I'm pretty stealthy and have a look.
Or I could sneak, or I could go first because I got weapons.
You can both go together, sneak and back up.
Exactly.
We'll cheer you on.
Yeah, nobody will be able to
we'll stand over here and be like, hey.
Nobody will be able to hear Red over the metal clunking feet of Silas.
Yes.
If I'm sneaking,
and the wine of
I'd probably better do it alone, but you can make sure that there's cover fire in case I need it.
Give me a stealth roll then. Hallie can give me a stealth roll.
Yes, 31.
Okay. Yeah, you do. Quietly, up to the door. Give me an awareness roll.
Ooh, 76.
You don't see anything untoward inside. Just the debris of broken shelves, some of which have been tipped over. It does look... already, it looks like it was picked clean. But it is shelter. You can already feel... it's a lot cooler in the... I can't remember what you call it. It's the bit that goes over the pumps that creates a...
Canopy.
The canopy. Yeah. So you're under that. So already out of the direct sunlight, it's a lot cooler.
Then I'm going in and look around again.
Okay.
When I can see the whole room.
It takes a minute for your eyes to adjust.
With my cyber eyes, especially because I have only low light and things. I don't have anything for normal light, or would low light help if I...
Yeah, low light will help in this situation, but it still has to kind of switch, like a normal eye would. It takes a second, so...
Yep.
What did you get this time?
34.
34, okay.
Much better.
There is... you don't see anything other than what you saw before. Broken shelves, bits of... masonry from the ceiling, It's dark and gloomy inside. There's dust hanging in the air.
Okay.
And it's all
Then
quiet.
I go back towards the door and wave the other ones over. They should be able to see me.
Yeah, they can easily. So, and that is what you see. You see Hallie come back to the door and wave, beckon you up.
So let's head over.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, under the canopy, it's a lot cooler.
Yeah, I sit down and rest a bit and ask Hallie if I can have a sip of the water.
You've got about 400 or 500 milliliters left in the bottle.
Yeah, probably everyone should have a sip, but we should be careful and see if we can get something refilled somewhere.
So there are some other rooms in the building. The doors are open or damaged. There was obviously an office, toilets. Other than that, it was a fairly simple building.
Okay.
You can try and scavenge it, though. That's what your loot skill's for.
Yep. Go
What
and
loot
check
skill?
taps.
Yeah, well,
Definitely.
even 10 is
I don't
is a
find a
chance.
thing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't find a thing.
Let's see. Oop, nope.
Nope.
We are all blind.
Yeah,
Found a
no,
broken
yeah,
shelf.
none of you find anything of use. Although it was difficult because it does look like it's been picked clean, and over a period of time, it's been ruined for a long time, several years at least.
Can I check the taps anyway? If they...
Yeah. Everybody,
Any
give me
water comes
awareness
up?
rolls.
I'm totally unaware.
69.
Oh, Cap and Nin got, but you both got very low. So, but that's a pass. Nin, finally.
That's a hard pass, isn't it?
Yeah. For both of you, I think. In the distance, both Doc and Silas hear the rumble of engines, diesel engines. Well, they're not diesel, but you know what I mean. That's the sort of sound. Diesel doesn't actually exist anymore. It's CHOOH. CHOOH.
We're standing in the only building that's still up. And if we were attracted to it, whatever's coming, it's probably going to be attracted to it, guys.
They're still quite a way away. So you've got plenty of time to hide or to get out and hide nearby, because both of you rolled really well. So it's still... It's far enough away that...
Roof?
It's there's a quick scout around, finds a rusted metal ladder on the back of the building going up onto the roof.
You guys, taking the high ground is a smart move.
Yeah, let me go to the roof, cause I definitely aren't stealthy enough to hide, but I got weapons and I can scout.
Well, we can lay on the roof as they go by.
We should all head up to the roof. Let's go.
Yes.
All right. You get up to it. They're obviously no longer functional, but there are like air ducts and things like that coming up, and air conditioning units, the ruins of air conditioning units, the big cubes.
Right.
And there's a lip. It's concrete roof, and there's a lip all the way around the outside, around about 2 foot high, with a couple of and there's a couple of gaps in it to allow water to flow off the side of the roof. So it's very slightly slanted from front to back.
Right.
So
if we came up on the roof,
we can't be seen from below.
If you're up on the roof, you can't see. You can be seen from outside the building unless you're lying down.
All right.
Because there's
We
like
should
I
get
say,
that
there's a
ladder
knee-high wall all the way around the edge.
We should try to get that ladder up or make it inoperable so they can't come
well,
up.
it's like iron staples into the wall.
Oh,
So
Is there anything on top that we can obstruct?
yeah, potentially, but it would take some feats of strength. Plus, it would make noise.
all right.
Well,
Let's just lay low.
Okay, and then I got a question. When they come and we lay there, I got motion detectors. Do I feel when they are near?
If you've got, is that the? Oh yeah, you've got the motion detector. What that does is it alerts you within a range of around about 50 feet if something's moving around.
Okay.
Hey Darth.
We hear the cars coming
Welcome to
in
the channel.
anyway.
Hey Pew.
Hey guys.
So what was that? Sorry, Asper, I missed that.
We'll hear them coming anyway, so we know how far away
Yeah,
they
and
are.
in fact, by the time you get
cars.
onto the roof, everybody can hear the rumble of engines.
Okay, cool.
And you see them well because they obviously they can't see you, but you can see what looks like 2 pickup trucks, a van, and a car coming up the road from the east, from within Boulder City. The cars are they're not well maintained. They've got graffiti on them. The windows have been replaced with mesh grills. There's barbed wire hanging off at random. The car has got a deer skull stapled to the hood. There are a mismatch of different panels that have been used from different vehicles to keep them together. And there's graffiti on them.
From my experience, do they look like a gang?
They definitely
Or
look like a gang.
Or like a random collection of people?
Or nomads.
Yeah, that's a nomad tribe would be a lot more people, but it could have been an advanced party for one.
Do they look armed?
You can't tell at the moment, but they do pull up.
Sure they're armed.
Yeah, they do pull up outside of the gas and gulp. A few of them get out. A couple of skinny fellas. They're dressed in an assortment of ganga clothes, like torn jeans, vests. They've got like one of them's got a lilac Mohican and chains in his face. Another guy is a black guy covered in neon tattoos that are shifting colour. All of them are armed. Lilac, I forgot what it's called. Mohawk. Lilac Mohawk has got he's carrying a pump-action shotgun. The big black guy's got an assault rifle of some sort, and you can see others jump out the back of the van and just lounge near it, having a cigarette, and you can see pistols on their belts.
Do they have any insignia that I might recognize as a gang we have dealt with when we had outside city stuff to do?
Give me an awareness roll.
Almost.
Yeah. You can't see in enough detail to pick out any single insignia from the many different tattoos and insignias and things they've got on their persons and on their vehicles. They don't seem to be approaching the building. In fact, Lilac Mohawk has just walked up to a pile of rubble and started pissing on it.
Farming.
Nice.
So they're just stopping for a break, seems like.
Yeah, there's obviously more people in the vehicles, but they're not getting out.
Well, then I would stay hid for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody give me easy stealth rolls. An easy roll is you roll 2d100, but you take the best of the two results. So if you roll 2d100, you'll actually see them as two. Yeah, you'll see the two different scores.
30.
So, and you pick the best of the two.
31.
I'm sorry.
So, and give me awareness rolls. These are standard.
I'm again
Red.
unaware of
Wow.
everything.
Same here.
99 is almost a critical failure. I don't know how you can fail an awareness check. You just blinded yourself. You thought, I wonder what that is over there, and it's the sun. And you go, hang on, I can't see now.
It was a 99. It wasn't 100.
That's why you didn't hurt yourself. You just came very close. So, did anybody get a pass?
Yeah.
Looks like you got a pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I passed both of them.
I passed my stealth as well,
Yes, stealth I passed.
but not.
Yeah,
I
awareness.
so-
didn't pass anything.
Yeah. So, for some reason, Silas decides to stretch, but forgets that he's got metal legs, and it scrapes across the roof,
Oh,
scrapes
gosh.
across the stone roof.
I glare at him.
I raise my shoulders.
Oh, thank God.
Lilac Mohawk just zips himself up, looks around, but then turns his back on the building and starts heading back towards the car, having not heard it. Who got the awareness? It was a hard awareness. Did anybody get below the middle score?
I
didn't
got
pass
a
one.
24.
Yeah, so Cap did. Cap, you can see a figure coming from the north. Out of the there's nothing to the north. It's just desert. But you can see a single solitary figure walking out of the desert towards the building. At this distance, it looks like a guy in a robe.
David Carradine showed up.
Almost. It is almost like that.
All right. Let's see if there's anything I can do to enhance. I got the image enhance and all that. Can I get any detail with that?
Let's have a look. So, fiber optics. So your image enhancement gives you, actually, you need to remember that, gives you a bonus to your awareness. But what it doesn't do is increase the range. You need the teleoptics for that. There is someone with teleoptics, I think. Yeah, Asper's got teleoptics.
I haven't seen it. So I don't know.
No, but if it
Hand
was
motion.
pointed out to you,
Yeah, hand motion for her to come up, I guess.
I think you're the only one with teleoptics as well.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It is like having a telescopic sight, but in your eye, so you can zoom in over. It's like having a pair of binoculars permanently strapped to your face that you can turn on and off. So,
Perfect.
yeah. So you spot Doc waving to you and pointing. So you have a look at what he's looking at, and you see what looks like a bit of movement. When you zoom in on it, it's a man. He's well built. He's around about 6.5 foot tall, but he's dressed in a Jesus robe and has long flowing greying hair and a big bushy grey beard that goes about halfway down his chest. In his right hand, he's got what looks like a shepherd's crook. Big wooden stick with the curve on the top.
All right, I tell.
And he's striding across the desert towards you and the vehicles below.
Either this was a meeting spot. or this guy is walking into a bad situation.
Are the other guys getting back into the cars?
Right, they start to climb back into the cars, but then the black guy shouts something, well, says something, and points towards the Jesus fella.
What does he say?
You can't. They're too far away to hear it because he didn't shout it. But none of you have got enhanced hearing, I don't think. No. So, but he points. With that, lots of gang members start getting out of their vehicles, but standing next to the vehicles, just watching. A lot of them are carrying weaponry of various types. But they seem to be, what's the word? Cautious
Excited.
rather than aggressive.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now it's obvious that the robed fella has seen them as well, but his pace doesn't falter, doesn't change, and he changes course very slightly to go straight towards them.
So we should just wait and see how it plays out, maybe? I wouldn't reveal ourselves. Since we have no
it's just
weapons.
a random Jesus fella.
Yeah, I don't know though. I have a
Okay.
suspicion.
Lilac Mohawk takes a few steps towards the Jesus fella and says something, and you see the robed guy just widen his hands, and he says something. Obviously, the gangers don't like what he says because suddenly guns come up. Pistols are pulled out of belts, and there's a good dozen weapons pointed at the Jesus guy who's standing with his arms out. Give me awareness rolls.
Three.
Unaware.
This
You're
is
unaware.
it's not visual, so who got the 3? That was a low one.
I did.
Okay. Over the breeze, the wind, the breeze that's coming out off the desert, the warm breeze, you catch the words of the Jesus fella, who says to the gangers in quite a loud voice, loud enough for them to hear, definitely, "Repent, sinners, your end is nigh."
All right, I whisper it to the others so they know what's going on, since they didn't hear. And yeah, just stay covered. You don't want this Jesus guy to attack us, I think.
I don't make a peep.
Okay.
I get the feeling Jesus wins.
There's a lot of gesturing from the gang members, where with pointing with weapons. There's obvious shouting, although because they're all shouting, you're only catching snippets of noise rather than actual words. When the Jesus fella reaches into his robe, and when he does so, all hell breaks loose. The dozen gang members just open up on him. There's a mixture of submachine guns, assault rifles, shotguns, pistols, all firing. The bullets are ripping into the guy's robes, but he's just standing there. He pulls, very slowly, deliberately, what looks like a grenade from out under his robes and lobs it towards the middle vehicle and starts walking through the bullet fire towards the gangers.
Like I said, Jesus wins.
There is
cover my ears.
Yeah, there is a deafening silence as the gangers finish emptying their weapons. The Jesus guy, then they're just standing there looking at the robed fella. who steps up to the black guy and says, "Repent your sins," before jamming what looks like a knife shaped like a crucifix up through his neck and into his head. There's furious reloading from all of the gangers, but over the next minute or so, they're all cut down by a very slow, deliberate, and apparently bulletproof Jesus.
Man, I knew I should have taken that popcorn cyberware.
Once all the smokers cleared, all the gun smokers cleared, there are bodies and bits of body parts lying around. All of the vehicles have been damaged. At one point, the Jesus guy flipped the car over onto its side.
Mm-hmm.
He then walks slowly along the line of bodies, doing the sign of the cross and muttering to himself over the remains, takes a look around, and then strides off towards the south, past the building.
Huh.
And there is silence.
Problem solved.
The only sound is the crackling of some fires burning in the vehicles.
Are they all? Oh, they're all destroyed?
Yeah.
Crap.
Okay, we should, if we're going to go down and salvage, somebody needs to stay up on the high ground. Make sure he don't, come back, because that's going to attract some attention. All that gunfire and stuff, so we got to be fast.
Well, you've only got one person who can cover you. But it's only Silas who's got weaponry at the moment.
Silas, you're the loudest.
But then would I stay on top and aim if I see something?
Yep.
Yeah, you can just keep an eye out.
Do you have cyber wear for your eyes?
No, but I have motion detectors, so if it's close enough, I kind of feel it.
Yeah. It's hard to sneak up on.
All right.
Alright, so the three of us, let's go down and see what we can find. Get some
and
guns.
If he comes back, let's repent like our asses depend on it.
What?
Do we have charisma or something?
I don't think you need it if you
charm
did
him.
Cow. Yeah, cow.
Exactly.
So,
alright, let's go.
There's blood everywhere. And guts and brains. It's not a pretty sight. But in amongst the carnage, you can see discarded weapons.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can
look
find
for handguns. And
Yeah, the three that are down there, give me loot rolls.
Loot.
Can I see anything suspicious?
20.
You can give me an awareness
those.
roll. Silas can have an awareness roll.
Asper with the.
I got all the stuff. Gimme.
I passed the normal one. Well, wait, do I? Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, loot rolls then. Kat, did you get a pass? No.
I did not.
Did Hallie get a pass?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I need to mark these down, and then Yana definitely got a pass.
Yep.
So you collect up what you find and put it in a pile of what's usable. Some of the weapons were just damaged during the fight. One of the assault rifles was bent almost in half. Bent almost back on itself.
Yeah, spare parts, man. Spare parts.
Are there any supplies in the cars salvageable, or are they burning too much?
What you've done is, I'll go through what you've collected up. So, only 2 of the vehicles were accessible. 2 of them are on fire, and you just can't get close to them. That's one of the trucks and the van. One of the other trucks is just... it looks like it was what the grenade hit, and the car was flipped on its side. So, you do find a couple of GA 47 pistols.
Which one? Top.
Like, I'll just write it in a notepad so you can. Yay. 7 pistol. Oop. A fucking spell. Pistol. Times 2. You find a couple of bully boys. Where are they? There they are. 10 bully boys.
Where? What?
Shotguns.
They're lever action shotguns. You find one DN90 Stumpy. And there is a DN47 Akak that's still intact as well. You also find enough food and water in a pack of military rations and a big like a 2-gallon jug of water. Enough for the 4 of you to go for about 2 days. Okay.
Any spray paint?
No.
Oh.
Any bags that we could use? Backpacks, bags over the shoulder so we can carry the stuff.
You find one intact backpack.
And a pair of pants that would fit Tino.
Cover those legs.
Yeah, they're covered in blood, but the big black guy had cargo pants on.
Yeah, well, I don't feel my legs, so shouldn't matter that much.
Right, but reflection
Cover
and
them from the sun.
yeah, heat absorption.
Well, heat's not so much of an issue, but yeah, they in the desert you'd be glinting like a mirror.
Shiny.
We're not clubbing anymore.
You don't find any intact flashlights or anything. You do find a pack of chem lights.
Nice.
A half-used pack of chem lights.
So 5.
Yeah.
So they're like you just
Yeah,
send them and they light up one of
yeah,
those?
they like they don't give off an awful lot of light, but you crack them and they
Like
glow
glow sticks.
for a couple of hours. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use them to see by in very dark areas, but mainly they're used to light a path, to track a path back.
Okay.
You know, or to designate a landing area for a chopper or something like that.
Okay, we got all this fruit down.
I've got it
Copy.
here.
We
So,
got
I need to know who's got what, so I know who's carrying it. So you've got 2 pistols.
I'm going to take one. If nobody else wants the second one, then I'm taking the second one as well.
I'm gonna take the rifle.
I don't need any weapons. I already got some.
Yeah.
What was the other ones? The 2
Shotguns.
shotguns?
So there's 3 shotguns, an assault rifle, and 2 pistols.
Okay.
The bonus to shotguns is everybody has 30% in it, even if you don't, because shotguns spread makes it easier to hit
Yeah.
the shotgun. So who's carrying what?
I'll take a rifle and the one of the shotguns.
Yeah.
The Stumpy. Is that a sawed-off shotgun? I'm guessing.
The Stumpy is it's a pump action, but it's got no
Ooh.
hilt or anything. It's like a pistol grip, and only carries
Okay.
like 5 rounds. They're short-barreled pump action shotguns.
Okay, I'll take the Stumpy and the assault rifle, if no one else wants.
Pistols went
Or if I'm
to
quick enough.
the A47 pistol. ×2. Red. Leaves you with a 10-10 bully boy if you want one. Cat?
Yeah, shotgun's fine. We can try to. Is there any way of salvaging and getting a whole automatic?
No.
So that's what I'm trained in. Yeah, I'll take one of the shotgun.
So it leaves you with a spare shotgun.
Yeah, we'll give that to Silas. Better to have a backup and keep your two hidden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well then.
So a 10-10 bully boy to Silas as well. Okay. You do find some ammunition with it, but it's limited. So I'll mark that down in a second. 2 days food and water. That's for all of you. Who's carrying the chem lights?
Yeah, one chem light each, 2 for the scout, which would be red. That's how I would do it.
Sounds good.
We found the big jug at. Are there any canteens or bottle water that we can like?
Yeah, they weren't. They didn't have water in them, but yes, you can separate it out between the 4 of you, which why I've marked it.
All right.
Okay. Then I'm going to take the backpack with the food if nobody else thinks they.
Well, it's all split. You can take the backpack.
Oh, it's all. Okay, it's all.
The military rations, 2 days of military rations is basically 4 packs. 4 foil packs.
Lady B had been broken, go hug her.
Honey, you alright? Hang on, I'm going to be back in a sec. Hold on.
All right. All right. Well, he's taking off. We should search these folks for clues for anything, any type of clue where they came from. If they are nomadic, if they're set up nearby, look for maps, markers, anything that we can find. And then after that, we'll let you guys lead on.
Pockets said. Chat.
There are no more. Oh, the cars are all completely destroyed, right?
Yeah, all the vehicles are destroyed.
Redandthewolfdesigns
Now,
said.
I took medicine like medic, so my escape plan to have cash was I bought a cyber chips, skill chips to sell. I've got 5 of them, so we can distribute those as well if needed, and then sell them when we come across.
Because, I'm back with you. She's broken, but in a good way. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just heard from the
yeah, she got a really big hype train and stuff, but.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Lady B.
Oh.
She's still streaming her 1-year stream anniversary, and she got another hype train level 5. And...
Nice.
Yeah. So she's turned into a puddle of mush and is just crying at the microphone.
427% level 5 hype train.
Damn.
Nice.
You don't see that often.
No.
All right. Okay. I was just explaining that we're going to look for clues for where they came from. If there's any type of
well, you definitely know which direction they came from. They came from the east, from deeper within Boulder City.
Any maps or something that we can find?
Nothing else. No, there was nothing else usable.
All right. I was
if you give me,
to him that...
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I was explaining to him that I took out, the way I spent my money was 5 chips. I got heavy machine operator, fast talk, locksmith, research in disguise.
I changed locksmith. Chips. I changed your chip as well. When Red asked me for if there was a skill for picking pockets and things like that. So I changed locksmith to just thievery.
All right, so yeah, so
I changed your chip. Yeah, and I changed your chip to match.
Yeah, so those were the spare chips I kept in the subdermal.
Yeah.
So we could sell them, but we can use them as needed because they're just like SD cards, right?
Yeah. Anybody who's got a chipware socket can plug them in. But I think you and Doc and Hallie have got chipware sockets.
Yeah. I got
Silas and Yana chips. Don't.
It got some chips as well, I think.
You did put them down, and I don't think I wrote them down for you. Let's have a look.
Electronics, martial arts, and ambush.
Yeah, so during encounters, if we know we're planning heists and stuff, these will come in handy. As well as we can sell them to tourists, or people.
Okay.
I got some money on a cred stick if we need it.
Your electronics one is useless to you.
My electronics?
No.
Borlach, didn't you add the stats to the wrong person?
Or did I just look at the wrong character? I just looked at the wrong character. Ignore that. I was giving them to Cat for some reason. So, Red, what did you have? Ambush, martial arts, and electronics.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to just put these in blue, because although you got 30% in them, they can't improve.
Oh, well, mine aren't plugged in. My slots are empty.
Yeah, that's fine, which is why I'm not going to mark them down. When you do plug them in, you'll get a 30%, but it'll appear like this. Because although you can pass them, you can't improve them.
Gotcha. Well, I didn't take anything, I don't think, that I was skilled in.
For the most part, you're considered competent at 25. 25 would be enough to get a job doing that. You wouldn't necessarily be high up in that job, but if you had 25 or 30 in electronics, that's enough to be a beginning electrician, a first-time qualified electrician. That's the sort of level you're looking at.
And me and Asper are the ones with chips.
You and Red.
Me and Red. Okay, Red's the scout, so the thievery and disguise will be really good for her.
Well, she's already got thievery anyway.
Oh, she does?
Yeah. And to put the disguise one in, she'd have to unplug something else.
All right.
But currently, we don't really need it, I think.
What?
Don't need what?
Disguise.
Disguise?
Right now.
Not right now, no.
If we need it, I can swap.
Darth. Well done, Darth. Good job. So let's have a look. I need to mark down some. So the GA47. Firearms. GA47 has a clip of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll be with you in a second.
Not being that
Just putting
guy,
these in the ammo tracks. So.
Yeah, while he's doing that, we're gonna need to stick together. We know nobody out here. You just saw what happened to one guy versus 12. So, I think we need to, stick together and be our own little nomad and just keep doing what we're doing. We'll have to complement each other on and assign roles. I'm basically support and medic. That's what I do. If you get a boo-boo, I'll take care of it. Other than that, I'm pretty useless.
I'm good at stealth and good with handguns. I've been part of a gang for most of my life, so yeah, you can kind of guess.
I mean, I got to trauma tech lead, paramilitary, EMT, basically. Good in a fight, but I prefer not to.
I'm usually pretty good at recognizing some decent loot or at stealing, opening locks and stuff like that. Got some experience in that if we need it.
I'm good at scoping out. I can snipe from a mile away, and pretty good at sneaking around and climbing if needed.
Well, and I'm good at getting tell to kill someone and then kill them.
All right, so we know our roles. We got a tank, 2 stealthers, a couple DPSers, and most of us are tacticians. One of the things we should think about is this is Nevada. The undergrounds, sewers, that kind of stuff, low water. If we can find a manhole cover, we might be able to break some pipes from the old underwater lines, because cooler down there. We might be able to break it, be able to get water, stay out of the heat. We should find a place to hole up, sleep during the day, and work in the evenings and night.
Yeah, definitely sounds like a plan.
For sure, focus on trying to find a vehicle as well.
Right.
To get to, I don't know.
And who knows? We might be able to find communities, people that are underground, because it's not safe. I mean, Nevada's nice and flat, got some mesas and stuff, but they'll see you coming a mile away.
There are some mountains in Nevada, but yeah, they're off to the west, other side of the Sin City, pretty much.
So
Sin City itself is built in a really wide, flat valley.
Right, Nevada and Arizona were set on the largest aquifer in North America.
Well, yeah, I mean, to the north of Boulder City, you've got the reservoir, where Sin City gets most of its water. But
the north.
Yeah, northeast of where you are. However, it is corporate controlled, which means it would be well defended.
Right. So, I'm thinking that this is Nevada again. Lots of underground bunkers, lots of underground and in mountain facilities, that kind of stuff. I think we should need, just like Sin City, probably when they said the seedy underbelly, it meant the under the pavement.
Are we going to eventually try and get back into the city?
Oh yeah, we got some revenge.
I mean, since we're
I want to get back, yeah?
As long as we don't get caught in the city, they might execute us.
Right. So, I mean, that all depends on,
well,
personal
if we
goals.
Get back in the city, and I do have connections, and we might be able to get decent fake identities so we don't get caught that easily.
Right. Biometric
I think
bypass.
I might still have some friends at Militech. So.
Well,
I got nothing much that keeps me in that city, but if I would go back there, I definitely would like to make them pay at least a bit for kicking us all out.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's something.
Well, see, if you could get back in, assuming you were never caught, because you'd obviously be flagged as being exiled, it's a big city. There's lots of places to hide if you know where to go.
Right on.
Yeah. Can I think of someone that we had contact with outside of the city as the gang, and where they are, and how I might get there?
Yeah, well, I was going to say roll your concept, but it's unlikely you're going to fail it. But it's not going to be an easy roll, so if you make a D100 roll against your concept skill. I've just noticed I've got...
42.
I don't have the dice roller selected. There we go. Yeah, that's under a hard. You do know of someone. It's been a while. You don't know if they're still there. But you have worked before with a fixer based out of Pahrump.
Where are they based?
Pahrump.
Where's that?
Where is that, and how do you spell it?
His name's Ralphie. I wonder if I fire this up and stick it here so you can see it. Hold on. If I put that there like that. This is Google Maps, and so this is modern day.
Yeah.
But it'll work as an indicator. So there's Las Vegas.
Hey, Las Vegas.
So there's Las Vegas. This here is the reservoir where most of the fresh water comes from, Lake Mead. This is Boulder City. Las Vegas stopped here. But in Cyberpunk, it's spread out to cover Henderson as well. So the wall is actually here, and it covers pretty much this entire area. And going up into that.
Okay,
So that is Sin City there. That big area
yeah,
there.
there's a delay. There's a delay, so...
Okay.
So where are we at right now? Just, like...
All right, so I'll hold the mouse there for a second. You're sort of here, at the edge of Boulder City. Where the white arrow is. Okay?
Gotcha.
Yep.
So the water to the top right, I won't point with the mouse. The water to the top right is Lake Mead. That's where Sin City gets its water. It's technically it's owned by Militech Corporation. Boulder City was ruined in the Unification War, which was a war supposedly where Texas wanted to secede from the rest of the United States and become independent. But really, it was a war between Militech and Arasaka. It was a corporate war. They just used, the old... I was going to say counties. They're not counties. What the hell are they? States. They used the different states as an excuse to fight a war, essentially. All right. Okay. So that's Sin City in the centre. To the left, you can see the mountains that run along the basin. Above the city, I'll move it up. It'll take a sec for you to see it. See the speckled brown area? That's it was a national park, but some tactical nukes were dropped there during the Unification War, and it's now known as Cannibal Sector 2.
We need to avoid Cannibal Sector.
Yeah, we're not going up there.
And then if I go back down to here, all right, it'll take a second to catch up. There it is. So now, once the map stops moving, there we go. You should be able to see on the other side of the mountains. There's a road that runs up that goes from southeast to northwest, and where the road splits is Pahrump.
A good
It's a
click
large-
away.
It's a large town. I'll put the mouse over it.
Pretty
It's
far.
a large town over
Close to the
towards the
to
border
California.
with California. Yeah.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
how it
that's a click. That is a large. We need a vehicle.
That is
Yeah, there's no way.
that is from where you are, the other side of Sin City. That's around about 150 kilometers, about 80 miles.
Yeah. But I should have a way to contact him if we get some kind of phone or something connection. I could contact him from afar. I don't need to get there to talk to him.
Well, it would take you.
It
It would take you about 3 days to walk it, and that's being
3
conservative.
nights.
You could do it. Yeah, you could do it faster than that if you pushed yourselves.
and then die.
Yeah, but yeah, you could comfortably do that in 3 days. It does
All
mean
right.
that you'd be short of a day's food. Not that I planned that or anything, and you'd have to find extra sustenance from somewhere.
Well, not for nothing.
And we'd have to cross through the mountain there. We'd have to.
Is there something on the way where we could find food? Or
You
is
can
there
hunt
just
for it.
street?
Most of the green area is wilderness, although it's controlled by. There is a nomad gang that controls most of it, and they're not friendly, and they're one of the largest in the area.
Well, not for nothing. It's a little too early to start resorting to cannibalism, but we got some ganger jerky laying all around us. You know what I mean? Just putting it out there.
It's definitely part cooked.
Yeah, it's making me want barbecue for some reason.
Smells like chicken.
Tastes like pork.
I mean, from where we are now, we'd have to go follow the road south and then.
Yeah, you can't
leave the
obviously
road,
go if you go
west.
anywhere near Sin City, which covers this grey area around the green. Also, the green bit immediately below, that's part of Sin City, but it's an arcology, which is basically a domed paradise town that's owned by a corporation. It's owned by the Arasakura Corporation. So you'd have to go round that.
All right, but wait a second. Are they... I'm a pilot. There's got to be a way of hijacking something coming in or going out of Sin City.
You're not going to have anything coming in out of Boulder City because there's nothing there anymore except a smouldering ruin. But there would be transports that maybe not water, because that would be carried by pipes and things like that. But there would be travel between Sin City and Lake Mead, just for normal supplies to keep the garrison there.
All right.
Kitted out and whatnot.
Guys, a lot of these vehicles are automated.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Needs to hack 'em.
Yeah. Well, hacking. If Borlach, how do the vehicle remote control vehicle work with the wireless links and the biometric links? How does that work?
Well, your wireless link allows you to control smart devices within line of sight.
Within line of sight.
So
So
the
that means
interface link.
The wireless link is the interface link, but it's wireless. The interface link is a cable that comes out of your wrist and then plugs into something.
I've got the wireless. So if we can find one of the drone unmanned vehicles, we could potentially hijack it, correct?
You'd have to hack it. It wouldn't be as simple as just looking at it and going, I'm in control now. But
right. But what would that role be?
Computer use.
Fuck.
Which I believe nobody bothered taking. You've all got the base 20.
Did.
Oh,
I
you
took
got,
it.
you added 5. You added more and then took it away again.
Yeah, because I added it to something else.
I knew computer use and research were going
Marksman,
to be
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
So,
Well,
none of you really know more than the basics of computer use. None of you are hackers.
Right, but I mean, we could still roll for it and pray for
Yeah, you could.
good luck.
Or
Alright.
you
Way
could
to
hire a
bulletproof
hacker. You
Jesus.
could hire someone who
Huh?
can do it.
Yeah. All right.
Who?
But we got to
What
find
around?
somebody. So
Well-
what's
You
the
have.
plan? Do you want to prep before we head?
I would
to-
say look a bit more around Boulder City. As you said,
Yeah,
maybe underground,
something.
or if we can find something or someone.
Right.
I think we should spend the rest of the day here looking for stuff that we could need, and then maybe rest, and then at night start heading
Travel.
towards
Yeah.
whatever the
Yeah.
place was called.
What would you think? 4 to 6 hours rest.
Yeah,
Head out
Yeah.
at sundown.
Sounds good.
that's good.
Yeah.
So where are you resting? You're going to stay in the gas and gulp to rest.
Can we find like manhole covers and try to explore underground? One of us, at least.
Boulder
Just
City
see
isn't like, it doesn't have the underground that Las Vegas does. Certainly not on the outskirts.
It's not
You'd need to be
connected.
closer to the center.
Okay,
Okay.
but we still
So
have
we-
some time, so we can still get some hours of rest if you go
Yeah, you
look
can.
around now.
Boulder City is
Yeah.
it's right next to the, like you say, it's right next to the water supply. So any underground system would flood immediately because it's in the same area.
All right.
So there wasn't any. It's desert.
Okay, we'll look around and scavenge loot.
It was
Yeah,
city
look-
size. I mean, it was a. If I go back to the map. Oh yeah.
Yeah, go back to the map and zoom in a little more, if you would.
So.
Where
And
we're
just
at.
to give you an idea, if I go to the Boulder City Parkway, that's the terrain you're in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But say, go back to the left. The
Well, you've already
Over.
walked along this and got to the edge here. This sort of area. Although obviously I've made it up because it's changed in the 50 years it's been since Google Maps took a photo of it. It's 2077 in Cyberpunk. But that you can see, that's Boulder City.
okay, that's a representation of off to the right there.
Yeah, sort of thing.
of
So
the building.
so you'd have been walking along and found, let's say that this storage shed was actually a gas and gulp off the highway,
Right.
off the main road.
Yeah.
So we're just right at the edge.
Yeah,
of
right at the
coming
very
into the
edge.
city. All right.
So we should keep walking into the city.
Yeah, we definitely should not stay here with all the dead guys to be
Exactly.
found by someone.
This
who
is the sort of thing
looking
you've
for
got to.
them.
There you go. So
Yeah.
you've walked along the desert road and got to the outskirts. This was all ruined rubble, things like that, and then found a gas station on the side of the road like this.
Yeah, they'll probably send people out to find out what happened if this was a ganger.
Yeah, so
Group-
let's get out of here.
But also animals will be coming to munch, and that will give us the food.
Probably not until dark, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we should explore and come back and try to hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's keep walking into the city.
Although carnivores are not good eating.
I mean,
Better
I mean,
than
it's
nothing.
better than
Birds.
nothing, but yeah.
vultures are okay. The birds are fine. No,
Yeah,
maybe not coyotes, but I think the birds are probably better.
beats bark.
I found some nice dirt.
Practicing bark and pebbles.
That's just reminded me of Monty Python. There's some lovely filth down here, Dennis.
So, Then I'd say we're going to walk more towards the city and look around if we can find something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we all stay together for that or split up? Because
I think
we have
we should stay
more
together.
Yeah, we have roles. We got one of us has telescopic sight. One of us has motion detector. We'd be good together.
I think Red should go a bit outside of the group though, because I'm really clunky and loud, and like I would need to go way more away from the group to.
You're
be good for
stealthy in the
group.
same way that a brass band is.
Well, you got a new shotgun too, so.
But wouldn't the legs have like absorption, kind of hydraulic something, pneumatic, that they're not like
yeah, if you
super
buy it.
loud? Oh, okay.
There's nothing subtle about cyberware.
He got the Ford model. He skimped on the BMW legs.
At least I don't skip leg day.
You don't skip leg day. That's
Well,
right.
you do. You skip it permanently because you don't need it.
I just hope you don't get hacked and you gotta, somebody's making you do a little jig.
Okay.
All right, I'll walk ahead and keep my telescopic like on. I can look ahead and see if I notice any movements and stuff.
Okay, there we go. So you have I've put all the weapon stats in for you, and your ammo tracks with what ammo you've managed to salvage. Okay. So you're heading deeper into Boulder City.
Yep.
High alert, racked, shotguns racked.
Aye. Ready for an encounter.
Yeah, and also, could we didn't find any like jackets or anything because it gets cold at night in Nevada.
Nothing that was still intact.
All right. Damn you, Jesus guy.
Okay.
Don't
His
say
weapons
that.
of choice
He's
were
coming
his weapons of choice were a dagger that was so big it was almost a short sword, and grenades is what he used.
Yeah.
Holy grenades.
The bulletproof thing is the one that bothered me, and being able to flip a vehicle. So I think we need some EMP devices to deal with his ass.
Sounds like
Seems like a casual guy to me.
Remember, repent.
Repent for your sins, everyone. Don't forget to pray before bed.
That's what I wanted the spray paint for. This is what you get for not repenting. The outcast. We're on your side, Jesus.
So, Darth said Asper won. I don't know what you won, Asper.
Oh, I won? Oh,
Yeah.
probably Lady B's giveaway. Cool.
And Pocket says she's trying to figure out what the hell we're playing. We're playing Cyberpunk. That's what it is, Pocket. Not that you're interested or not, but it's based on the Cthulhu 7th edition rule set.
Redandthewolfdesigns said,
There you go. Kicked out of Sin City.
I don't know what that is. A role-playing game.
Well, Pockets, you've got lots of channel points. You can actually influence the story if you want. If you want to mess with them.
Gosh, don't tell her that.
Polly likes to mess. It's what she's born for, I think. So, all right, so you head further into Boulder City.
Something good happen, Polly.
Was this before or after you were resting? Sorry, are you waiting till it cools down?
No, I think we're going to walk.
It's still
first.
early morning, so yeah. I mean, you're still a couple of hours away from, the height of the day, like midday to late afternoon. The temperature's just gonna. So. Oh, there you go. Look, she just played. Something good happens.
Yay!
And she's played it on Asper.
Yay! Thank you.
But now I've got to
What I
figure
get?
this out and build it in.
Well, we're walking, and I said I'm using my telescopic. So let's see what
Okay.
happens.
Give me an awareness roll, Asper.
Okay.
Because you can see distances.
Oops, that is the wrong one.
That would have been a good result.
Well, that's a shame because you actually managed to roll really low on on a D200. You'll double that now on a D100.
I hope not. Oh,
Oh,
almost.
But you still passed.
Okay.
You can't have something bad happen to me. It's I control everybody else, but we'll save that one, Pockets. We'll come to that. Okay, so Asper, you spot in the distance amongst the ruins. The buildings are more intact as you get further into Boulder City, but they're all still single story. Okay, it's actually written at the top of the screen, Pockets. I thought I'd make it easy. I put it on the screen for that reason. So, yes, Asper, you spot between two buildings what looks like a tarpaulin, which isn't in itself unusual, but with your keen eyesight, you zoom in on it, and it appears to be the shape of a car.
Yes! Awesome.
And it's well hidden.
Hey, guys. Alright.
So
guys,
we don't need to hijack something anymore.
Well, you don't know if there's someone that's there that hid the car, so...
Or if it works.
We got weapons and we got spare stuff from the other cars.
But maybe Hallie should sneak ahead to see if there's anybody around.
Yeah, let me sneak ahead. You probably want a stealth roll from me, right?
Well, it's still quite a way away, so you have to get there first,
Yeah.
but that's what you do.
We still
You just head towards it,
walking.
keep an eye on it. Yeah. Give me awareness rolls. This is all of you. It is visual cap, so you're looking at a 75, not a 55 on your score.
Right.
I don't see anything.
Same, even with my telescopic.
Close, but no.
Cap passed. And you passed, half of 75 is what, 37 and a half, 37. So you almost passed an extreme, but you still passed a hard, that's fine. You can see the vehicle now, or the tarpaulin, vehicle-shaped tarpaulin now that you're closer. What's interesting about it was it looks like it was built into, like blocked up within a building. It's in a sort of a warehouse district. And there's a square section of a building, and it looks like whatever it was bricked up within this building. But something recent and explosive has knocked part of the wall down.
Jesus.
All right, so.
Oh dear.
But the tarpaulin, that's what we're seeing is the tarpaulin over a vehicle shape in this hole that was blasted in the wall.
And it's like sports car shaped rather than van, or it's car shaped.
All right, so basically it was hidden or forgotten or just overlooked.
That's what it looks like, and it's recently been brought to the light of day by an activity that destroyed part of the wall, because it's all crumbled and rocks, but it's recent as in days, weeks, you know what I mean, not recent as in 20 minutes ago.
All right, so yeah, that might be something that we need to head to, but go to
carefully
in when it's not so blatantly obvious when moving around out here.
There are plenty of buildings that you can take cover in. It's warehousing. You're in a sort of a warehouse section, an industrial section.
All right. But I don't see any type of...
But it's obviously, for the most part, it's been heavily looted over the years. So most of the buildings are just empty shells with, like, ruined bits of shelving and stuff like that.
I explain to the others what I see. And ask their opinion on how they want to proceed. Do they want to go there? I mean, if it's been overlooked, we might be able to score enough rest time between now and then. When we want to head out and it still be overlooked. You understand?
Or you think someone else might show up and...
Well, I mean, if they haven't showed up in a week or so since the wall came down.
But also,
it's just changed.
The other gang that just got shot up, the other people might come looking for them. So maybe we should just head there and
would say
check it out.
Give it a try.
Hey, this is
I would
democracy.
say go there. I can sneak ahead and have a look around.
Yep. And we can
Now
provide...
I'm actually armed and can defend myself if necessary.
Sounds good. Let's head that way.
So you're heading that way, but is Hallie going off ahead? Sneaking,
yes.
Scouting.
Yes.
So give me a stealth roll then.
10 seconds. 35.
Yeah, that's a good roll. So you head over. Give me a survival roll, please. Just Hallie.
Nope.
Okay. No. All right. So you get the edge of the rubble, and you're looking inside. You can see obviously the shape of the vehicle. Now that you're up close, you can see tires. Poking out from underneath the tarpaulin. They're dusty but intact, by the look of it, from where you are. So you scramble over the rubble that used to be the wall.
Just a second. Does it look like the tarpaulin has recently been moved?
No, and it's got dust on it, like it hasn't been moved in a long time.
Okay. Then I go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Careful.
So you scramble over the bits of rubble into what looks like a stone shed. Essentially, there's no windows. There's no doors to it either. It was just a square that had been bricked up.
A time capsule sort.
Yeah, that sort of thing. As you slip over the rubble, there is a click and some pressure as someone puts a pistol to the left side of your temple.
Oh, God.
Okay. Did even danger sense not alert me to that? And
no, that's what I rolled for.
Oh.
So, you go, and you hold your breath for a second, and you hear a voice, like a croaky male voice, say, "My trap always catches someone," and he pulls the trigger. But the gun misfires and nothing happens.
Mess him up.
Okay, I was watching her with my
Yeah, you didn't see that. It was in the shadows beyond in the wall. So you saw her stop, but you didn't say why.
Okay. I had my gun in my hand, obviously, because I did not know what was happening.
Yeah.
I raise the gun and shoot.
Okay, give me a handgun roll.
Oh, come on!
We heard it, though.
To be fair, I should have said it was an easy roll. So roll it again, but it's 2 D100, not 1. You're at point blank range against someone who's as surprised as you are that you ain't dead.
Oh, okay, the 16.
Yay.
Yeah, the 16 did it.
Nice.
Okay. It's at short range, so you only needed 55 anyway. It's not low enough to be a critical. So roll damage. It's 1d10 plus 1. For some reason, the three of you are watching, and Hallie stops just into the building, freezes for a second, and then spins to her left and fires a pistol. And obviously you all hear the loud crack of the pistol.
Mm-hmm.
You also hear a scream of pain from somewhere inside the building. All right, so now we're in a combat round, so it goes on initiative. But Hallie's 95, her cyber enhanced 95 goes before everybody else. So, okay, the way this works is you've got 3 attacks you can make with this type of pistol in a round. Okay, but you get recoil penalties. So your first shot at short range is at 55%, your second shot is at 28%, and your third shot is at 11%. You don't have to fire them, because obviously that uses ammunition. So it's up to you whether you're going to fire once, twice, or 3 times. And you roll for each one.
Okay. That guy obviously got hit.
Yeah, in the shoulder and staggered back, but he's still standing. So pick 1, 2, or 3 shots.
1.
Okay, make a roll.
Nope.
No, you fire. He staggers backwards. You fire over his head, and he doesn't do anything. All right, so we have 90s next, which is both Silas and Yana. You react to the fire, but you're not in a position to see what to shoot at yet. You're gonna have to move.
Yeah, I look at Silas and I'm like, yeah, let's run, and run over to.
Okay, so that's your round is getting there, and the same for Silas. You both move at the same rate, so.
Yes, but I already pull out my weapons, my sniper.
Yeah. I pull out my stumpy.
Cap, it's you on a 65. What are you doing?
All right. How far away is she, and what's her movement?
She's about 20 yards ahead of you. You've got enough movement to get there, but not to do anything else.
All right. Yeah. I want to go to the corner of the entry, and then take a defensive outside in case there's more people.
Okay. Keep an eye out. Watch out.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. You do that then. It's the guy's action, but all he does is try to clear the jam on his pistol. Which he does, even with his injured hand. He ejects 2 shells, reseats the magazine, but can't do anything else this round. But he's cleared the jam. So it's a new round, Hallie. It's up to you. 1, 2, or 3.
1.
Okay.
2, 3. He just dropped 2 rounds for your pistol. It's a bonus.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
Yep. Nice.
5. Okay, your second shot takes him in the neck and he collapses.
Oh, okay. Good.
Nice.
Nice shot.
Yeah, and obviously this happens as Jan and Silas arrive, weapons ready. The guy's on his own, and he's dressed like a bum, like a hobo. His pistol, although it was probably once a good pistol, has not been looked after. It's in an awful state of repair.
That's why it misfired.
Yeah. And he's
What kind of
wearing
pistol was
essentially
it?
rags. Although the rags were specifically picked by the look of it, because they're made out of like canvas sacking and stuff like that, were picked to blend in completely with the buildings in this area.
Well, grab all his ammunition.
Bum camouflage.
Yeah,
I look
bumming
around for
camouflage.
any supplies he might have as well.
You only get another couple of rounds out of it, but they're 9mm rounds, so they're good enough for your pistol. So you put them back in. Gives you 2
Okay.
rounds
Big
back.
bonus.
And that is
Bonus.
success. I've successfully used pockets is something good and something bad. There we go.
Yay!
Oh, is he still alive or?
No, he's dead. He got shot in the neck. In fact, in the
Whoa.
time it took you to loot the couple of rounds that were left in his pistol, he bled out. And you were keeping an eye out because of the gunshots. But no, the noise doesn't seem to have drawn anybody in.
We can look around for any other supplies or loot or anything that he had in this.
Yeah, he
I'll
said
check his
it was a
body.
trap, but let's
Yeah.
still check what is underneath the tarpaulin.
Okay.
1968 Chevelle Ss.
You're close. You're really close, Cap. It's a 1967 Gran Torino.
Oh,
But obviously it's not going to drive because we don't have any gas for it.
In
And it won't
in
drive on chew.
in burnt orange.
oh. It's gonna be a shame watching this thing get blown up.
However, it's obviously been here a long time, like from pre the corporate wars, because it's never been converted into chew. It's still petrol doesn't exist anymore. Gas as a substance doesn't exist and hasn't for decades. But this is still a gas vehicle. It's never been converted.
So it's useless.
It's useless in its current state. So you can't. You're not going to be able to get it running. But what you can do is hide it again, and you've got something potentially worth money. Worth quite a lot of money, or can be
So maybe
converted
hide
and
it-
used. But you'd
Hide
need
it better.
you'd need an expert mechanic because it's been so long since it's been used. You'd have to find a mechanic who could still do it.
All right. Check the trunk, glove box, consoles, everything.
I have
It's,
30 mechanics. Is that enough?
No. No, you'd need to be an expert in it, and you'd have to be in your 60s or 70s
Okay.
to still remember how to do it.
What is it? A Gran Torino?
The Gran Torino.
No,
Yeah,
it's
they're
Oh,
beautiful
I'm
cars.
Googling it.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, it's what
1960
Clint
what?
Eastwood. Clint Eastwood drove it in Gran Turismo.
There you go, and that's the one. That's it in burnt orange.
Pretty.
Very close to the Chevelle Ss. Man.
Yeah.
See? Me and Borlach are motorheads.
So that's what it is. A Ford Gran Torino.
Now, see that thing with machine gun turrets on the front fenders?
That could be done. I've got the stats for that.
Trunk.
You can smart link weapons on a vehicle and control them from within the cockpit. Most of the time, when that's done by nomad gangs, the guns are controlled by a gunner rather than the driver. But yeah, it's possible.
Right, so we didn't find anything else in the shed, trunk, anything on his person?
Make loot rolls.
Loot, loot.
Oh, man.
Nope.
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 No, fails all round.
Definitely.
No, you don't find anything of value in the vehicle.
All right. Well, looks like we got some masonry work to do.
Brick this back up so nobody else finds it.
Yeah.
Or we use it again as a trap and find someone else who falls to it. For it.
Yeah, but we only want to stay here for today, so...
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think we come back for it.
But he's got a.
Oh, I
damn
didn't read
good
that
idea
pocket,
what
sorry.
he's got.
When
I
we
didn't
can sell it.
realise you can. The bad thing happened to me. Happened to one of my NPC's pockets. I didn't read that you decided to make the bad thing happen to Cap. He's lucky I didn't read that.
Pockets. I remember that because this exists when you're going to be playing the war game. But I miss you,
Okay.
Pockets.
Yeah, we don't see you in chat anymore now, do we, Cap? You're a busy man.
Oh yeah, I mean I'll put you guys up sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
Listen to you. I just don't have the opportunity to voice chat or text chat because my hands are usually busy.
Okay, so that's that. So next, are you you're still searching for what? Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Do you want to move on to a different district? What
The
are you doing?
keys.
You find the keys
These are nice.
in the visor, driver's side visor.
That's so cliche.
Your stream with art and love. Quick dodge the paint. Pockets.
Oh.
Too early.
Wow!
13 raiders from.
Look, it's Lady B.
Have joined. Pockets.
We got a raid.
Red.
Thank you for the raid,
Congrats.
and thank you for
Welcome,
making my wife cry like
Dodge the paint.
she was going through childbirth.
Lady V is
And
attacking your stream with
congrats
art
on your
and
stream
love.
anniversary.
Yes,
1 year.
congratulations,
Awesome.
honey, and thank you for the raid.
1 year. Yay.
Lady V is attacking your stream with art and love. Quick dodge the
Yes,
paint.
apparently it was your fault, Tina. Yours and Darth's or something.
Lady V is attacking your stream with art and love. Quick dodge the paint. Darth fall in. Said.
I've got sidetracked then. So, we did crap with the loot rolls. What were you going to do? Had you decided?
Not me. Touching nose.
Keep looking for supplies in the area until we have about 6 hours left and then find a hiding place. where we
Okay,
can
so
rest.
give me loot rolls again. You're obviously expanding your search to the buildings around.
2.
Wow, Red.
It gets worse and worse.
I thought you're just oblivious to everything, Nin. You're walking around with your pistols out going, what? Where's everybody gone? Hold on, wait for me.
At this point,
I'm there to kill, not to find something.
Yeah, I found something. What's that? A rock. Oh, well done. In a desert, you found a rock. Well done.
look at the veins in it, man. This could be worth something.
It's so pretty.
So, I found a cloud. It looks like Homer Simpson. But, Red,
Yes.
you find another section of building that looks like it was damaged by whatever caused the wall to collapse around the car. It's inside a building, but there's a visible crack running along the floor. Everybody give me survival rolls.
We're gonna fall in a crack.
Nope.
ain't
Oh, who was that? Oh, I got
we?
19.
Not only did I survive,
I don't know who of us got what.
Wow, Cap.
I think
Just
I
I'm first.
survived with flair.
In mine,
Yeah.
I'm first. That's why.
Who
this
else
survival?
passed it?
19. 19 I got.
Okay, that was a pass anyway. So, yeah, the
Pass,
people
pass.
who passed, although you can obviously share the information, it occurs to you that the damage, the crack in the floor, it's not like a crevice. It's not like you could fall in it. There's just a visible crack running through the centre of this building.
It was an earthquake.
Yeah, it looks like both this and the wall that was hiding the car was hit by a recent earthquake, and that's what's caused the buildings to shift and some more recent collapse to happen amongst the buildings.
Oh, that's good to know.
But what Red notices is that the crack reveals this building. It's a large warehouse. It was obviously had. It was probably storage. It's got. It's a good 100 yards long. This building, like the length of a football field, and probably as wide as a football field. One big, massive, like a hangar-sized warehouse. It's got metal struts still holding the roof up, although there's gaps in the roof. The roof was metal, so it's corroded and rusted. There's the rusted remains of metal racking, which was covering a lot of this building. But what the crack has revealed is roughly in the centre of the building, there was obviously a hidden platform with a seam so thin you couldn't see it unless you knew what you were looking for. But the crack has revealed where that seam is, because it runs right up to it and then carries on past it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I take a closer look at that area.
It's a square in the centre of the floor, and you, now that you know what to look for, you just follow the crack around, and you reveal a square about 15 feet across, set in the ground,
5 meters?
set flush with the floor.
Yeah, 5 meter.
Yeah.
What was that?
That's about 5 meters,
Yes.
roughly.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah. Okay, do I see anything that might move this area or anything
Okay,
that
Lady
can
B.
be done there?
Give me awareness rolls, please. It is visual.
All of us?
Yep. If you're looking.
I pointed out to you, so yeah.
Okay. Nope, I
I
see nothing.
see something with a 26 for a change.
Are you kidding me? Even with my bonus. I'm in the dark.
Do it, Cap. You can
Blinded.
see footsteps in the dust from behind you.
Oh no, we're being followed.
It wasn't 100, you're fine. But it takes you a minute to go, hang on. Oh, hang on, that's us. It's fine. But it was close enough that you said it out loud before you realised you made a mistake.
You just love doing that to me.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so you find attached to one of the steel girders, one of the iron girders that's holding up the ceiling, sort of tucked out the way, covered in dust, bit of rag on it, you find what looks like a big green, like a double button, you know, we have the green button above and the red button below, with a thick cable heading, down into the ground.
Wow.
What's unusual about it is when you brush the dust away, the light, there is still an LED working behind the red button.
Okay. There seems to be still some electricity here. Let's push the button.
Yeah, push the button.
Which one? Red or green? That made you think, didn't it?
If
Point,
there's nothing
they
on
took it.
there except for color,
I'm
green,
just thinking,
Red.
Make sure we
What's on
stand
top?
back.
What's
away
on top?
from the crack.
yeah, definitely not stand on the platform.
There's a
or
green
right
button
at
on
the
top
edge.
with no light behind it, and a red button below it with a very faint LED behind it.
press the green one.
In a grey box, in a steel grey box. You press the green button, and there's a rumbling sound, a grinding from underneath your feet, and it feels like there's another earthquake. But the square, the 15-foot square, section of concrete splits from the ground and starts to rise up like a platform.
Are we standing on it?
No, you're actually not. When you're stood next to the button, you're not near it. There's like a 10-foot,
Okay.
like a 4
We're
meter
just
gap.
watching the platform rise.
Yeah. When it lifts out to about head height, or a little over, about 7 foot high, it reveals a cage lift. You know, like the old mines used, like a metal cage lift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a secret, you know,
Secret underground lift.
like the Westworld places.
Yeah. Are there
Yeah.
some buttons inside that lift?
Well, when you go and have a look at it, there is. There's a very blatant up button and a down button.
But no floors, just down.
No, yeah, just down. And it doesn't look like it's it's not been made pretty. There's not paneling and stuff. It's just another one of these grey steel boxes with 2 big buttons on it, and one with an up triangle and one with a down triangle, and that's it. And a cable going down and disappearing underneath the cage.
Let's go down and see what there is. It doesn't look like anyone has been there recently.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here for a long time. The amount of dust and so on that collapsed as it
Even that guy that
rose.
was that we just killed didn't find it.
Well, is
How
it
do you know?
safe for me?
No,
Is it
that's what I'm
safe?
asking.
It could be, yeah, it could be his
Could be
base.
his hideout down there. So, are we all getting in this lift?
It's big enough to fit a car in, so there's more than enough room. In fact, the cage, the door to the lift it's like a freight elevator, just open side, with steel bars rather than walls.
Yeah.
Whisk it or not whisk it?
I mean, yeah, we should check it out, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
You know,
so.
the thing that was going through my head was we should roll the car into this thing and take it down. But let's go first.
Check it out first.
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
get
It's
in the lift
it's big enough to take the car. You'd have to
Is there a
wheel, you'd
light?
have to push it in, but
Yeah,
in the
that's
lift?
what I'm saying.
no, there's no light in the lift that you can see.
Okay, then I crack a chem light. Once we all get in.
I got low light and infrared.
Yeah, I've got low light as
I have-
well, and if necessary, I will switch to infrared. If there
I
is
have
no
infrared
light.
as well.
Mm.
Silas, can you see?
See, but I got motion detectors.
He can't see.
But you're blind, so
Okay.
one chem
Yeah.
light we'll use.
I feel what's happening.
He'll feel all
So
the
you
red,
crack your
red.
chem light, Asper, and you press the down button, and there's a juddering as it starts, but it actually smooths off pretty quick as it gets, some inertia. It's not dropping fast. It's fairly slow. But as it goes down inside the shaft that it's in, there you see, those they're like lozenge-shaped lights with a little metal cage over them.
Yeah.
They're spaced periodically on the wall on the lift shaft, and they switch on as the lift goes past it, and then switch off once it's gone about 10 foot below it.
Does this still works in the
Okay.
building?
Yeah, everything still works by the look of it. There's some squealing noise, like it has been oiled for a long time, but it's smooth enough to ride down. There is no stop button either, so once you've pressed it, you're stuck until it gets there.
I have my Stumpy ready, just in
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, I
When we
have
get to the bottom.
done it already too.
Okay.
About that
And
time
you too,
you hear Dead Mouse playing in the background.
And why not?
Get the glow stick,
Okay.
guys.
So, as it descends lower and lower, give me, let's have a think, what would this be under? Actually, we'll make intelligence checks for this, so roll for intelligence.
Oh, wrong.
30.
74.
45.
That's a pass, that's a pass.
I think everyone.
Yeah,
No,
everyone passed.
Everyone
Okay,
passed.
everyone passed,
We're all
okay.
super smart. Yay.
It's an easy enough roll anyway. It's just that by the time the lift comes to a stop, and it doesn't go down any further, it comes to like the base, to the ground, as it were. You would guess you're around about 200 feet down. Something like that. Which is, what,
So it's,
60,
basically
70
like
meters.
60 meters. Yeah.
Yeah. And it took a good 12 minutes for it to travel that distance.
And I bet it's nice and cool down here.
It is very cool. It's that shiny, it's concrete floor, but it's that shiny concrete, like polished concrete.
Polished, yeah.
And it looks like it's opened up into what would be an underground car park. It's a big open area that goes beyond the immediate light, although there's those same lozenge lights in the ceiling. It's only the ones around you are lit up. The room disappears away from you and off to the left and right into darkness. With thick concrete pillars holding up the ceiling, spaced periodically.
Okay, so this was probably a warehouse for exotic cars and car storage.
So, you
If I look
All
around
cars.
with infrared, can I spot anything that's warmer that might be person, animal, or some
the answer
electric
is
stuff,
yeah, you switch to infrared, but you actually can't see any further. There's no heat sources within range.
Okay.
So we are in a cold room with the only
It's not cold, it's
being
cool. It's cold. It feels cold compared to obviously the desert heat.
Okay,
but
in a cool room.
But it's a very comfortable 72.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, with a very loud entrance that takes some time till someone can get in.
Good base.
Well,
And if someone calls it up, we'll have 24 minutes before they get to us.
And it should be loud enough for us to wake up from it.
Well, we're all not going to be sleeping at the same time anyway if we stay here for at
So
least
So
today.
it's all big empty. How big is it?
well, you can't tell because it goes beyond the range of the lights.
On the lights.
You can see a good 50 feet, though, and within the lights, and there's more of it beyond, and it feels and echoes like a much bigger space.
In all directions, or is there a wall somewhere?
The lift is against a wall, and you can see the wall heading right and left away from you. So it's a big space going that way.
Is there no other entrance?
So it's hangar
Not that you can
size.
see. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, chances are we're not going to run into anything. So let's get scouting, checking the dimensions and anything that we saw.
It's hard
So
to scout
two go
because I
left, two
can't
go
see any.
right.
Yeah.
So.
Two left,
And
two right.
we need at least one glow stick on each side or a light source.
Well,
long
as
do
you
the
start
glow sticks
walking,
last?
the lights switch on. They're on. They're obviously on motion sensors.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Fancy.
So yeah, let's just start walking simultaneously to see how long it takes to get to the next corner.
Well, it's not. It's again. It's about 100 yards. Again, 100 meters.
But now when the
Roughly.
lights are on, don't we see how big it is?
No, because the lights switch off as you get out of range of them. So basically, you have a pool of light that follows you around.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
But as you go across the room, you can see on the floor it is sectioned out as if it's a car park. It's got they're oversized,
markings.
but there are car parking spaces essentially dotted around. But there must be hundreds of them covering this space.
We should look if we find the car.
All empty.
Yeah, that's
So-
okay.
But when you get to the far wall, you end up at what looks like a reception area. There's a stone, like a concrete curved desk, curving away from you, about chest high, a good 10 feet, 15 feet across, about 3-4 meters across, with chairs to the other side of it. And on the back wall, there's a sign, and it looks like that.
Okay. Building better worlds.
So, there is, behind the desk, it's not immediately behind it, but sort of on either side, there are doors, metal security doors. There are keypads next to each, and there are lights blinking on them, showing that they've got power.
Okay, I
They
would
look
like
like-
to first look around the reception area if there is anything to find there besides chairs and an empty desk. If there's anything on there.
It looks like everything that could be moved was. There are points, like power points, where things like and marks on the desk where computers were plugged in, but it's all been stripped.
There's no
Any
surveillance.
drawers or anything where we can find smaller items?
Give me loot rolls.
No, not with 55.
Gosh, nope. 79.
Ooh.
Damn.
Hey, Mid,
Yeah.
you finally passed one.
Nice.
I finally did something.
See how the balance turns.
Mm-hmm.
I even did the ultra hard one.
It's, well, I don't know if this is fancy or not. What you do find underneath the desk, tucked up against one corner, like it's been kicked underneath the reception desk, you find an unopened pack of Camel cigarettes from 1997. They're like 80 years old.
They got to be worth something.
You don't want to smoke them.
Well, yes, I take them, of course.
They'll evaporate.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 2 doors on either side that aren't connected to the reception area. They go someplace else, or are
Correct.
the entrances? Okay.
Go somewhere.
I do not have hacking. I don't have computer use. Research.
I have.
Yeah. So I'm sure that you could probably figure out how to bypass.
Could
the
I-
keypad.
Jack into something with my.
There aren't any
Interface?
computers to do it with. But you wouldn't
Oh.
use computer use for these unless you were using a security computer to override them. To physically break into them, you'd use thievery, the locksmith side part of
Wow.
thievery.
I have
Um,
locksmith, don't
I'm going to do
I?
that.
Oh, Hallie has not locksmith too.
And yeah, I have a locksmith chip, so we can triple down.
You're not
on
plugged in at the
counts.
moment, but
Yeah.
so
I'm
do you
going
want
to try and open the door on the right, and I fail.
it's a keypad, but without the tools to get into it, you just struggle to figure out. you can't see inside it to determine whether it's going to be easy to hack or not.
All right.
Can I try again for the second door?
You can.
Okay. Nope.
Same again.
Okay,
Same
looking at the keypads, do we notice any 4 numbers that are like wore off?
Give me a.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give me an awareness roll. Cap's the only one who'd be able to do this. There are 3 numbers that have been pressed a lot. They are 1, 7, and 9.
Oh my gosh, 1, 7, and 9. 1977.
You press it, and a little light switches to red on the panel.
Okay, so
but then goes off again.
1797. I'll sit here all day.
1797 failed. Same thing.
1967.
Oh, that definitely doesn't work.
1197.
It doesn't work.
Hmm.
9917.
Yeah.
Nope.
Seven 911.
Nope.
You bastard.
And you're gonna wish you were keeping a note of these, aren't you?
No, I am actually. Why do you think it's taking me so long to?
Keep going then. No, not only does that not work, but it's waiting for a 4th number.
What do you mean? Waiting for
she puts 199 in, and because it doesn't meet the 4 numbers.
199.
Oh, I misheard you. In that case, no, doesn't work.
1997.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, that was a good one because it was the year of the pack of camels.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you'll go through every combination.
1799.
No. Give me an intelligence roll, Cap.
All right. Math is hard.
Yes,
there are only 27 combinations.
Yeah, there are only 27 combinations. Eventually, through sheer doggedness, you get into the door unlocks with the code 1917.
Oh, I should have known. Okay, this would be a great base. Just say it, in case this takes longer.
What's behind the door?
Beyond the door, yeah, behind the door is a corridor. The corridor is metal plated. A metal corridor.
There's 2 doors, right?
Like a shiny, a dulled steel corridor heading off. No markings. No, nothing to suggest what's down there.
Are there 2 doors?
There are 2 doors, yeah.
So we just open both. Yeah, just open both doors.
That was the left door. The right-hand door, the same code works, and this opens up into what was once a security room. There's no other doors off it. There's no monitors in there anymore, but there are, mounts on the wall and stripped wires from what would have been banks of about a bank of about 18 or 20 monitors on the wall.
Can we
Any
look for something
furniture
to
we
find?
can search? Yeah.
Yeah, make loot rolls. See if Cap can actually get one eventually.
Yes.
Lol.
That was me. I got 18.
Arr.
We did at the same
Yeah.
time. Red.
No, I got 18. You
No,
got
I got.
83.
No, I was before you.
No,
You're fine.
it's always in the stream that, like, when you type it yourself, there's a different order in different chats.
Yeah.
So I always look in the stream.
Yeah, we'll go by the order I see them in. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so any pass is fine. Who? Cat didn't pass, so he's the only one I don't have to highlight. Okay. So, you find an empty metal cabinet. The cabinet has obviously been... The drawers are open. The cabinet was emptied. But fallen down the back of it is a security manual. Now, it details equipment that doesn't exist anymore. And it's basically a manual that was given to security staff to work the bank of monitors, essentially.
Yeah, but there might be codes in case there's other doors.
Yeah, but now you've got it, you can make a research roll to see if there's anything useful in it.
Ooh. Does anyone have research? I think that
Nope.
was one of...
Nope.
I have a research chip. How long does it take to put an SD card in my head?
1 round.
I'm doing it.
So basically, you plug it in. It takes about a minute for your body to adjust and to assess the information and load it in, essentially. And if it's a physical chip, it can take a little longer for muscle training to actually take over. But for the most part, intelligence-based chips are straight away if you're not in a combat situation. Okay? So you plug it in, and within a few seconds, you're
Smarter.
Yeah, so, well, not smarter, but you suddenly know how to read a book, how to make sense of it.
Just barely.
You don't obviously get experience points for it. You can't get an experience mark for it, but it is a pass. What it does detail inside the manual is the controls, which no longer exist, for the automated defense systems.
Okay. You guys, you do know that if you decide to carry on, I'm staying here, after the Sin City. Automatic defense systems, the whole 9 yards. All right. So list how they are, or what they are, but also what we would need to activate them. I'm assuming.
It details how you activate them and how you deactivate them using the security console in the security room, which is no longer there. But it doesn't say what they are.
So we would have a problem if they're active.
You've got no way to switch them off. And on the other side, if they're not active, you've got no way to switch them on. Thank you, Lady B.
Right. So, does it tell what they are in the manual?
No. It doesn't. It's not instructions on what they are, only how a trainee security officer, i.e. An underpaid, sweaty teenager, would turn them on and off. Yeah.
Don't blow themselves up.
But what it does confirm is that the whatever this is that you're in, it has some.
And
Thank you for the bits, Lady B.
If it has them, then this used to be a high value type area.
It is, and you already know from the sign out on the wall that it was a corporate thing, a corporate facility of some sort.
Alrighty, so that leaves us the corridor.
Corridor, yeah. Would we head down there? I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anyone in here, so I don't think we're gonna be.
Metal walls is concerning.
Does the corridor have automatically turning on and off lights as well?
No. What it does have is a light strip in the top left and top right corner, running along the seam between the wall and the ceiling. It has a light strip that is just lighting up the walls, essentially.
Yeah.
So is the walls textured as like the diamond pattern, or are they smooth?
No, they're smooth, except for they're obviously in plates, because every 6 or 7 feet, every couple of meters, there's a seam and rivets all the way down it.
Okay.
Okay, if I look with infrared, do I see anything that might be hidden machinery or something that's running? It should be warmer.
It's obviously warmer. It's obviously warmer, and your infrared doesn't pick anything up beyond the walls because they're blocking it.
We could go with the thought of the defense system being in there.
Within the walls themselves.
Possible. Probably would more defend towards what comes in from the outside and not.
We don't know if there's another entrance.
Oh, there's one way to find out. All right. Let's see. Does the reception area have a chair?
There were metal stools bolted into the floor.
Man, this wasn't a very comfortable place to work.
I got metal.
No, it wasn't.
I got metal legs. I could kick it off.
Give me a trauma tech roll, Cap. That's a pass, isn't it? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Your military training, this looks like it was once a military base. Just the feel of it. It doesn't feel like laboratories. It doesn't feel like, research. It feels like a military base, like military storage.
Yeah, utilitarian.
Yes.
And it was hidden. That's the thing. Pretend warehouse up top, secret military installation below.
Yeah. Now, give me have a look. What would this be under? Sort of a general knowledge, I guess. What would history come under?
Education.
Yeah, actually, that's a good shout. Everybody can give me education rolls.
Nope.
No, definitely no.
Definitely yes.
Nope.
Congrats.
Okay, for some reason, Silas knows more about the history of this area. Now, Weyland-Yutani is a corporation. You all know this. It's not a massive corporation, but it's big enough. You know what I mean? It's national rather than international. Where are my notes for it? I've got it here somewhere. I can't remember what my notes are. But anyway, so Weyland-Yutani was 2 different corporations. Oh, there it is. Founded in 2055 by the merger of Weyland Corporation and the Yutani Japanese Corporation. It is primarily a technology supplier, manufacturing synthetics, spaceships, and computers for a wide range of industrial and commercial clients. They're a household name for computer equipment, essentially. But what they're not is military.
Okay. So the one corridor feels very off.
Yeah, and the other thing you know about this area is Boulder City was ground zero for some of the harshest fighting in the Unification War between Arasakura and Militech. Both of those are much, much bigger corporations and would not have tolerated a Weyland-Yutani base being in either of their territories.
Thus, it's just because a company doesn't advertise that they're not military related. Like Harley Davidson makes rocket engines for ICBMs.
Yeah, and if
You
there
know
were
what I
a
mean?
Doesn't mean that they
corporation,
don't,
they
yeah.
probably had some kind of their own police
Security.
armed forces on their side to protect them.
Yeah, probably corporate security. It's also worth noting that there are companies, Monarch being one of them, Monarch Corporation, who specialise in providing security to those corporations that don't have their own.
Yeah, maybe they had a base here and removed themselves when before the war really started, because this looks like it got completely
They
emptied out.
left. Yeah.
Okay, just while we're on the subject, I'll just give you a little background on Arasakura Militech. It's only a short piece, but it's stuff everybody would know. Arasaka originally started in manufacturing, and it remains one of their three major pillars in its business. Their weapons and equipment are some of the most sought after in the world. They're the largest manufacturer and exporter of Japanese-made products and cyberware, and their major exports are into the US, Europe, and Asia. Arasaka was a massive Japanese corporation. Militech, formerly Armatech Lucchese, is a military industrial arms giant, commonly known as the largest weapons manufacturer in the world.
All right.
Mhm.
So they're the two corporations that are constantly fighting each other, essentially, for control of whatever.
Everything.
Cities, yeah, weapons supplies, population, whatever. The BLA weapons, the BLA is a subsidiary of Militech. So the BLA Blitzer, the high-profile revolver, and the Snobber and so on are made by a subsidiary of Militech.
Mhm.
Essentially the civilian section. So BLA provide weapons to the public. Militech only generally provide them to other armies and to themselves.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting a sense of something here. What are your guys' feelings on what our task is? Our task is to get back into Sin City and make things right in each of our personal lives, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get our old lives back. Which means that there's no reason for us to globetrot all over the damn state.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
No.
So I'm thinking that we should do guerrilla hit and run type deals on targets of opportunity. Have this as a base and recruit people to help us and set this place back up.
I think that's a good idea, but we should first go all the way through the corridor to see if there's another entrance or other people.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you could certainly make that a long-term goal, but that would need resources.
Exactly.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
But
set the place up as what? Just a base.
Well, even if you're not allowed in Sin City at the moment, there are opportunities outside of the city for.
But we need a place to safe spot. This place hasn't been used in forever.
Decades.
We could really set it up.
Keep it as a safe space for us, definitely.
It doesn't look like it's been used in decades, maybe half a century.
Well, then definitely before the war, because the war has only been a few years ago.
All right, so let's get kicking down the corridor. I'll go first. Heck with it. And at every seam, just in case there's some kind of laser trap or guillotine, Indiana Jones, put the barrel of the gun through the thing for, what do they call it? Brakes, where it breaks an IR beam or whatever.
Okay. Well, an IR beam would show up in infrared. So you could just switch that on occasionally and you'd see them.
Yeah.
Just keep them on. Toggle back and forth.
So the corridor is a uniform temperature. So keeping it on, you're not gonna see any details anyway.
Right.
It's all just going to appear in blue and black, dark blue and black. But as you travel down the corridor, you go about 50 meters before you see anything, and then you start to see on either side of the corridor doors. They're numbered, but there's nothing else on the doors to suggest what they are. None of them have keypads, but don't open when you approach them, and they don't physically have doorknobs or anything that you can see either.
Yeah, I got my saber legs. Could I kick them in?
They're metal, but possibly. They don't make you any stronger, but they do mean that you're unlikely to hurt yourself by doing it.
Yes, that's what I meant. So, could I try?
The door on the left that says 101. But you've got to start with room 101.
Then I need a strength thrower.
Yep.
Is everyone okay with me kicking it in or trying to?
Yeah, sure.
Knock yourself out.
Or don't.
Yeah, try not to.
Yeah, 30. So I got a hard one.
He's on a roll.
Yeah. You take a step back. You brace yourself on the one cyber leg. You kick out with the other one, and the door crumples in the centre, and then just pops off completely and lands with a crash inside the room.
That worked way better than expected.
Congrats.
So inside the room, it feels or looks like a lecture room or a school room. It's about 10 meters across by about 20 meters long. On the right-hand wall, on the short right-hand wall, there is a space where there used to be a monitor, but like a blackboard-sized monitor, with a desk in front, a metal desk in front of it. And then there are 4 rows of metal desks going along the room in front of you. Even the chairs are gone. There's just the desks bolted in place.
Check the desk.
They're tables, metal legs. All the same uniform grey metal as the walls.
Right.
The desk in front as well?
That is... It's got drawers in it, like filing cabinets, that are built into it on either side of where you would sit.
Check that.
They're already open and they're empty.
Okay.
Give me awareness rolls.
Visual or...
No, this is not. It's not visual.
What is it?
Yes.
What did we get? Let's have a look. I've got Asper with a 40 in that, and Cap with a whatever the number under 40 is, 50.
33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 33. Both them.
Okay, so 33 is a pass.
It's,
Asper got a pass.
43, yeah.
Okay. Okay. You hear, in the distance, from down the corridor, you hear a squeaking noise. Just a very faint squeaking noise, but it's repetitive.
Did something happening?
Silas, your motion detector starts blipping right at the edge of range, coming from the direction of further down the corridor.
So, someone came with the elevator down?
No, opposite direction.
No.
So not where you've come from, where you're heading.
We're hearing a squeaky...
So there's way more room that we can't see.
No, this is back out in the corridor and further down. Because the corridor kept going.
The door so I can look into the corridor, but I don't step out. And I use my infrared and low light and try everything out to see
Give
what
me
is
a visual
coming.
awareness, Red. Hallie can, as she sticks her head out.
30.
You don't see anything showing up in infrared, but you can hear the noise coming from down the corridor. It's also now joined by a very faint clattering noise, like a metallic clattering.
Low light?
A robot.
Yep.
Something.
It's a drone.
It's a drone. Crab drone.
If I go on low light, can I already see it?
Give me another awareness check. Yes, you can. You switch to low light. Give me another roll.
50.
No, but it's because it's just out of sight at the moment. It's not in the corridor that you can see. It's coming from down there somewhere, the noise, but not directly in this corridor.
Can I smell something about it? Because when it's not in the...
If it's not within range of vision, it's definitely not range of smell. Certainly not without
but I got the boost.
Oh, you've got a booster,
why.
haven't you? Give me an awareness roll, but this will only apply to Silas.
I need to... No, definitely not. Plus 20.
No.
Plus 20.
Smell too strong.
It actually smells neutral. The whole area smells neutral, like it hasn't been... It's stale, like nothing's been here for a long time.
How heavy is that door that he kicked in?
It's just a dividing door. It just happened to be made out of sheet metal.
So it looked cool, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have shoulder barged it without hurting yourself.
But it won't
you could have
stop
got
a
it.
bullet.
But no, it won't stop a bullet.
Right.
The tables might, but they're bolted.
Okay, you should grab this door, put it in front of the desk at the head of the thing and take up defensive positions because it's going to be a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start preparing a defensive position. When the Silas senses that the motion, it's stopped, but you can't. Because you weren't really paying attention, you were helping to set up your defensive position. You don't know if it's stopped moving or if it's actually moved out of range. But your motion detector isn't picking anything up at the moment, other than the people around you.
Is there anything around us that I could throw, like a stone or something?
No. There's nothing at all.
It's just metal.
It's clinical. Yeah.
Here.
Do I still got my chem stick? Because then I would...
Yeah. Smart move.
Okay, you have a chem
How long
stick.
do those
What are you doing
last?
with it?
Because mine is still on.
About
Yes, but
4
I think
hours.
we left it.
Okay, then throw mine. I give you mine so you don't have to waste another one. Since mine
Okay,
is already
then I
on.
throw hers.
What are you doing? Just throwing it out the door?
Now I throw it in the direction where I last sensed the movement.
Okay,
corridor.
so you stick your head out into the corridor and lob it down the corridor. Give me a throw roll. Actually, you're the only one with a throw skill, so... Above base, anyway.
10.
Nice.
Yeah, you meant that. Okay, you lob it down the corridor. Instantly, the motion detector kicks back into life again. Something down the corridor. Give me an awareness check. It's visual. Hey, Silas, you're the one looking down the corridor.
Definitely not.
You still can't see anything because you don't have low light. You don't have any enhanced visual awareness. But there's something now in the corridor heading towards you.
Okay, but the cam light still is lit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chem light, have you seen them before? They're red normally. So they only give off light for about a foot in any direction. You have to hold them really close to something for it to light it up. But they're visible from a long distance.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily designed for you to be able to see by them, but to see them.
How far down the corridor is it lying?
It was a good throw, but you've got the limit of the ceiling. So you threw it about 15 yards, about 15 meters.
Well, and we know that whatever is there reacts to motion now.
Yeah,
or
and
light.
it's moving towards the chem light.
So we could just keep looking at the chem light and then see what it is.
If it gets to it, yeah.
Yeah, certainly see something, potentially.
See legs.
No,
See an
what you
alien.
do see, it trundles over the chem light and carries on moving towards you. But it's... The only way I could describe it easily, and you know what I'm talking about, is it looks a bit like Johnny 5 from Short Circuit.
Oh, yeah, a little.
Do you remember the robot from Short Circuit?
Yeah, this is like over 50 years old, right? So we're not talking. Yeah. We're not going to run into Jesus.
It doesn't have bipedal movement. It's got two small tracks.
Oh. Okay,
do we see if it got weapons?
You can't tell because it's just a silhouette as much as anything.
So we just see the tracks going over the light, basically.
What was
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I just googled it.
Yeah, in German it's the movie Nummer 5 lebt.
Yeah.
We have
so that
one.
Yes,
now
I know.
what it doesn't have the arms or the head really. So it's basically the torso with the bend in the middle and the tracks. That's what it looks like.
The important thing is that laser on its shoulder.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have that either. You can't see any weaponry on it, but you also can't see it clearly. Who's got low light?
I do.
Give me awareness rolls.
28.
That's a pass for you, and definitely a pass for Cat. Okay, it does have, but it's actually, because it was in silhouette, it's hard to see. But it does have, coming out the centre of, at the top of the torso, for want of a better word, sticking straight out in front of it, is the barrel of a large caliber rifle. And now that as it trundles closer, you can see what looks like a weapon belt coming out the side and disappearing into the torso area, about halfway down.
How tall is it?
It's about chest high.
Is it close enough that
we
can see it with our bare eyes now?
It's about, and it's about 5 foot tall on tracks with a rifle sticking out the front of it.
Do I have an idea where a weak spot on this thing is? And can I aim at it and try to hit it?
Yeah, no, because you've never seen it before. You've got no idea how it's designed.
I got a question about shooting anyways, because I'm ambidextrous.
Yeah.
So, and I can, with my snappers, I can fire 3 times, max.
Yes.
So, could I fire 4 times and 2 with each?
Yeah, so what happens is, like I said to Red, and this will apply to each hand for you, because you don't have an offhand penalty. So, you would have your handgun skill, and the first shot would always go at your maximum skill of 90. That's only reduced by range. So in this case, your range would be short range, medium range, and then long range for the 18. Your range is 10 meters. So up to 10 meters, it would be a 90% chance of a hitting. 20 meters would be 45, and 30 meters would be 18. Now, if you've got 3 attacks per round, your first attack goes at the maximum you can do for that range, and then the second attack goes at the next score down. So if you're firing within 10 meters and decided to fire 3 shots, first shot would be at 90%, second shot would be at 45%, third shot would be at 18%. This is to account for recoil. If you were firing at medium range, the most you could do is 2 shots, one at 45 and one at 18. And if you're firing at long range, the most you can do is a single shot at 18%.
Okay, can I shoot with both hands in one round?
Yes, and you could do up to 3 attacks with each hand at 90, 45 and 18 if you're at short range.
Okay.
Now, because it's difficult to shoot at long range, especially with a pistol, you can increase your chances by doing an aim, but it takes an entire round, and you can only follow it with a single shot. But at long range, it goes at the next range, the next skill level up.
Okay.
So if you did nothing but aim for a round, fired the next round, a single shot, it would be at 45%, not at 18.
This thing is going to have to turn a corner slowly to get into this room that we're in. First
yes. And the barrel seems straight, so it has to look at us to hit us.
Exactly.
I think we need to knock it over. And then shoot it. So, someone should stand, like, against the wall next to the door, holding the door we just knocked down. And maybe smash it when it tries to come in. To knock it over.
We could let it try to roll up onto the door, get behind it, and flip it over with the door and everything. I don't know. But there's nothing in the research manual or the security manual, anything at all. Passwords, command phrases, anything.
No, just wasn't designed for taking on their own base.
Okay, I'm just going to look at it. Joking.
Can I try shooting it, though? With my pistols? Like, the amount of bullets should at least help. It's already coming in our direction.
Yeah. So, give me a second.
But, like, if someone wants to go to the door first, that would be the right thing to do first.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand by the door.
Because I guess if I shoot, it will come even faster.
Right, because the barrel is going to have to pivot, and that gives you initiative to do something. And it, like behind the desk is going to, with the door up, is going to provide some cover.
Yes, I would say definitely not group up for that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand with my back to the wall next to the door.
And let's hope that it's only one thing.
Okay. I need to take a quick toilet break. I'll be back in a second. While you
That's
plan.
good, cause same.
Then I'm going to do the same.
Same here.
I missed.
Really?
I am a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tilt me over and pour me out.
That was unexpected, but it worked.
Oops. Oven.
You just die.
No.
Uh-huh. And me. I couldn't get...
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Classic thing. Look at this thing.
I saw your body fly past then.
I got the bucket of milk. Wait, where are you? I need to show you. Look at that. This happened to me twice now.
are the only dance I can actually do. I selected technical issues.
No, what it is you covered that over. That's what it was.
It's just too.
Oh, it has. You're in mid-run. That looks funky.
Yeah, it's. I.
Oh, look at that super slow-mo.
That was weird. What the heck's going on with it?
Super slow-mo.
Why is it doing that? Is it just bugged or something?
I don't know, but I'm doing the $6 Million Man music. Ba 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 ba.
There's no.
It's what?
You died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we'll see how it goes.
It all depends
Right,
on
we're
those
back on
rolls,
live audio.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back.
We just want Nin to get back because he was going to take some shots, wasn't he? So.
Well,
Yeah.
Asper and I were talking about what we know about it, right? It's belt fed. Pretty much an auto cannon, right?
Not that big, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a belt fed thing. So basically, all we got to do is jam it. We don't want to destroy this thing. Everything that we can salvage, get our hands on, is valuable.
Yep.
So,
and if we can find someone to reprogram it to our advantage, then if we're going to have this as a base, then we can use it as our own alert system or decoy, like Cap said.
yeah. So, is it belt fed? And if so, which side is the belt feed on?
The belt is going into the left side of the barrel.
That's good, because she's hiding on the left side, because when we kicked in the door, it was off to one side, not the center, right, of the room?
What's that?
When,
you've got...
when we came into the room, the door, was it dead center of the room? Left side, right side? What side was it?
Very rough, obviously.
That's fine.
Right.
What happened to paint?
I did that. But...
I remember the paint days.
I could bring them back.
They were good. They were always amusing.
Are you using Excel to draw wounds?
He is.
Yes.
You can tell he's such a computer nerd. He probably knows how to play the video game in Excel still.
Why not? All I need to do is do
rows.
squares. So
That's right. And the door is where the black thing. No, where's the door?
We don't have a door yet.
Well, the doorway.
There you go.
That
Door.
been kicked in. Okay, so Asper's plan was to get on one side of the door as it comes through, right? Because the barrel has to pivot, the machine has to pivot. And if we can take out the belt feed, we eliminate the threat.
Yeah.
Without
certainly. So it would only be able to fire what was on the remainder of the build.
Yeah,
So-
before the jam.
Yeah.
All right.
I stick with my plan on shooting on it, but when it comes in, could I aim on the thread mills?
Aim on.
Aim on the belt.
It would be an extremely difficult shot. The answer is yes, but you'd be rolling the penalty. So you'd roll 2d100 against an 18% and have to get, and you'd have to take the worst result.
Which means you could hit one of us.
Yep.
Then better not.
And we
So
don't
let
have
it-
any medical supplies.
Let it come in and see what it does.
Yeah.
And then
So,
if it-
and none of you in the corridor at the moment. Then you've just looked at it
No.
and backed off into the room.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, you can hear it now trundling down because you can hear it echoing as it trundles down the metal corridor towards the door.
I think we're all aligned in different locations, but close to the close to where it would have to pivot greatly to aim at us.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hear it come down, and you hear it the squeal of they're rubber tracks rather than metal, so you hear them squeal as it twists, as it turns to head through the doorway, which it then trundles through. Okay, now you can see it closer up. Look. So we're looking at like this, just this center torso piece. So the barrel would be sticking out halfway down this front piece here. You'll see in a second. There. But above it, there's a small black dome, which must be its visual processing unit, its optics.
Okay.
Which sticks out on this plate at the front. The belt is coming out of the barrel and disappearing into roughly about here. I can't believe I'm using Johnny 5 to illustrate this, but...
Is the visual sensor sticking out or just visible that it's there?
It's domed, so it is sticking out at the front.
Like those
essentially giving it
cameras.
Yeah, essentially giving it peripheral
like they have in
vision.
like buses and stuff.
Well, if someone could hold it, someone else could smash it in.
Yeah, but it could still fire the weapon.
Yeah, that's
yes,
why
but if it doesn't see people, it doesn't fire. Or at least
well, the first thing is we go on initiative order now. So you're going to go first. You're going to beat the robot. So Hallie's first. You react fastest because you're cyberware. So what are you doing? It's in the doorway now. You can see it.
Well, since Asper said she is at the door, then I'm a bit farther away, so I'm aiming at it.
Okay, you're going to take an aim action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm too far away to do anything else. Because we didn't
Silas
want to
and
all in the same area.
Silas and Yana act at the same time. Silas, if you want to see what Asper does first as she's next to it, you can delay your action. Just by 1 point. If you want to. Or you can fire at the same time. It's up to you.
Well, I'm not gonna fire. I'm gonna kick it over so it stops.
Yeah, well then I delay it for 1 point.
Okay. So give me a strength roll. This is opposed.
100. 52.
Where's my...
We passed on the strain.
Yeah, but there's sometimes, like now, I want to be able to make a roll without you seeing it. So
wouldn't it be smarter?
So I was just bringing up. I was bringing up a dice roller that I could use without it being seen on stream. So this is because it's an opposed roll. What did you get?
52.
52, which is a pass on your normal stat.
Yeah.
I rolled a d100. I got a 2. So yeah. So you kick it. It doesn't. Its left-hand track, which is on your side, doesn't even lift off the ground. It just rocks slightly.
Okay.
Silas, it's your turn.
Well,
heavy.
Then, but Asper's still standing right next to it.
She is, but you would only risk hitting Asper if, because you have to be in melee contact, which is having brawling, which they're not at the moment. To run the risk of hitting Asper. At the moment, the only way you would hit her is if you fumble, which is roll 100.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Then I fire one shot each with my pistols and try to hit the visual sensor.
So you're aiming.
Yeah.
All right. So the difficulty goes up. It's only small target, so the difficulty is 18.
Why 18 when it's only?
Because it's only an inch. It's only about an inch and a half across.
Yep. So we skip hard and go to extreme.
Yeah. For chords, it's done size based. So a chord shot to the head would be 1 step down. A chord shot to the eye would be 2 steps down.
Okay, then.
And this is eye sized. So if it was anything beyond short range, you wouldn't be able to hit at all.
A 4 and a 60, so 1 hits.
4 and a 60. Yeah, 1 hit. So roll your damage. Roll a d10.
3.
Ah, okay. No, you crack the sort of the. It's got a bulletproof glass over it. You crack that, but it's not enough damage to actually destroy it. It was a beautifully placed shot as well. So you hit it dead center, but the bullet glances off and doesn't penetrate it. Your other bullet hits it, but just glances off the metal plating on its body.
What did he have to roll?
18.
Okay, well, 4 is 1/4 of that. Wouldn't that have been a critical success or a?
Yeah, so you're right. It would have been double damage. Shut up, Cap. Nobody asked you.
Sorry.
So that, and you double your result rather than rolling twice. So you'd have got. It counts as an impale. Oh no, actually, no. I tell a lie. It wouldn't apply because an impale only counts towards vital organs, and it's a robot, so it doesn't have any.
I'd say that was kind of vital to it.
Yeah, well, it's got other senses. So, yeah, so it stands. But you're right, that would have applied if it was a human. That definitely would have applied. And in that instance, you don't do double damage, you do max damage. It's just, you just count it as having rolled a 10.
Beautiful. The rule of 1 forward.
But it is the human, so it's irrelevant.
Yeah, so it's irrelevant.
Still a good shot.
Yeah, it was a cracking shot. It just didn't penetrate the armored coating over the top.
But that means it sees less now.
Yeah, I'd give it a penalty to its awareness.
Good. That's all we ask.
Now, that was you. Cap, you're next.
All I got's a shotgun. And I don't think that shotgun's going to do anything against this in my location because I'm not on the left side. I can't do anything except probably rush up on it and try to pull one of the bullets out of the belt feed.
Well, the shotguns do a lot of damage, especially when you're
I'm on
close.
the opposite side. Yeah, I'm on the opposite side. I will definitely hit Asper because of the spread.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna
Is
bum
it not
rush
still
it
moving?
and jump on it and try to pull one of those bullets out of the belt before it starts firing.
Give me an
unarmed. Being military, I know how to do it.
Give me an unarmed attack roll. Fight unarmed. Oh, and I need to tick your handgun skill in while I remember because you passed that. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Oh, sorry. There's no chance in hell, guys.
Nope.
Beautiful.
Close.
I'm just going to ride it around.
No, you even failed to grapple it. You try to grab onto it. Don't really find anywhere that you can grab onto it and fall off it. So you didn't fumble, so you're not lying on, you're not sat on your ass or anything like that. But you can't figure out how to grip it. What you did was stood on one of its tracks, but because it's trying to turn, you lost your balance and your foot just slipped off it.
All right. Just avoid that cannon, guys.
All right. It's not going to fire its cannon. You're okay. I need dex checks from everybody. This is a hard dex check, so we're looking at 33 for Cat, 38 for Red, 35 for Ian, and 45 for Asper.
Nope.
No passes, all fails.
Yep.
Okay. The robot, two little panels on either side of its torso, right near the base, open up, and it fires flares out the side, which flash like flashbangs, without the noise, so it's just light, but it does blind all of you. Nobody reacted quick enough to actually stop it, so I need a D3 from each of you, and that's how many combat rounds you're blinded for. We've got 2 for Asper.
3, of course.
Red got a 3.
1.
Nin got a 1. He obviously reacted better. And Kat, what did you get? A 2?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, it just launches these little flares that burst into bright light. And the one without the cyber optics managed to shield his eyes quick enough. You just closed your eyes, you just go, I can do this. I'm still human. It's fine.
just turned around on the spot.
Yeah. For you, it's more like you closed your eyes in time, but when you open them up, you've got that like halo on over everything that blurs it all for around 6 seconds, basically. Whereas the other 3 caught it pretty much full on, especially Red. She was staring straight at it.
Ooh, it looks shiny.
Okay, it's a new round. Any action is going to be at a penalty dice. So, Red, you're first. You know where it is. You could still fire if you want, but you're essentially firing blind. That would make it a hard roll, and you'd have a penalty dice.
No thanks, because I know there are at least 2 team members very close to it.
There are. That's wise. I like that. So, you can't. Well, I was going to say you can hold your option, but it's not your action, but it's not going to help you because you're going to be blind for 3 rounds anyway. So there's not a lot else you can do. Who's next? Stylus and Yana are both the same, both at the same score. Stylus, again, you can't see what you're aiming at for this round anyway. Did you want to attempt a shot?
Yeah.
And Yana, you're still stood next to it, so you know where it is, you just can't see it.
Just can't see it, yeah. No, I only have a assault rifle and a shotgun. I can't really.
I rush to it, like not in front of the barrel, but next to the barrel.
Give me an intelligence check.
Yes, 29.
All right. You sort of hit a table, but use it to fumble your way round. Although your movement's halved, the room's fairly short, so you do end up standing what you think is in front of it.
Okay.
That's your action. Asper, you're not doing anything, are you?
I was just thinking maybe I can try and just like take the butt of my rifle and try to smash.
Please don't, I'm standing in front of it.
No, just don't. Okay, then I won't do anything. I might start shooting, so...
Okay.
Never mind.
Cap, you're stood next to it as well.
I'm on my ass next to it?
Yeah, well, you know, because you didn't fumble. You were slightly off balance, but you recovered straight away. But you are blinded.
All right. So I'm beside it.
Yeah.
Can I shove the shotgun through the wheel tracks on it?
It's got like a solid plate in the middle, but you can certainly fire at it. You're close enough that you could fire down rather than across.
No, I don't want to. I want to block the treads from moving, and use that as a lever to flip it over.
It's got plating on it, covering, armoring it. So, although it looks spindly, it is armored.
Okay, so but I can feel it. It's within arm's reach.
Yeah, you stood next to it.
All right, I'm going to try to feel my way around behind it.
Give me a dex roll. It's only a standard. You still got the penalty dice, but you're only going to pass a standard. And again, because you need to do 2 for a penalty dice.
Oh.
You sort of end up behind it, but you end up falling over because you just trip over it. So you're in the corridor behind it, but will need to pick yourself up again.
All right.
You got there through momentum, sheer momentum.
So I'm one less person you got to worry about hitting.
Yeah, you're out the way, certainly. And you're behind it. So, I need... I've got a 75. That's going to be penalised, so we'll call that... What's half of 75? 37.5, 38. So... And I rolled a 51. The gun opens fire on the front of its chest. And it fires a heavy caliber bullet, which just misses Silas and punches into the metal wall opposite.
How fast does it track?
It didn't need to turn, so you don't know yet, and you can't see it anyway.
All right. Yeah.
So, just going to reduce your blindness. 1, 2, 0, and 1. It's a new round. Red, you still act first, but you're still blind. Still blinded.
I still don't do a thing.
Okay. Silas, you and Asper are next, but you're no longer blind. You're no longer vision impaired.
Okay. I'm standing right next to it, so if I hold my pistol right at the point I want to hit, and I shot 3 times, would I still get the penalty?
What would happen is you're no longer penalised for being blind. You'd still get the penalty to the shot, although it would be reduced by 1 step instead of 2. But you would get, because you're at point blank range now, which is within 10% of your dex in feet. That's like 2 meters essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're at point blank range, it's a positive skill check, so you can roll twice and take the best. But you still need a 45. Hey,
45.
Yeah,
but
so you'd be
so if
your
I
first shot, you'd be going against 45. With 1 pistol, the first shot would be 45, second would be 18. Because you always step down for recoil.
Huh?
Why would he get a penalty? Why
Recoil.
would the first shot be a 45? The first.
Because it's a small target and it's aware, it's not defenseless. It can still move.
If he aims again at the small area. Okay.
Yeah. So instead of an 18, now that it's up close, it's a 45. So it's better.
But okay, yeah.
But it's a positive dice roll, which means you can roll 2 dice and you take the best. You've got 2 chances.
So I shoot with both pistols. 1 shot at the eye and 1 shot inside of the barrel.
Okay. Do the eye first. You're looking for a 45, but roll 2 D100 and take the best.
Uh, 9 and 6.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a hit. And then roll for the other attack. Again, it's at 45 out of 2 dice.
26
and 26 is your best
33.
one. And 26 is still a pass as well.
Yes.
Okay, so roll damage for the first one.
9.
4, 9, 4 is 5. Okay, the eyepiece shatters. And then roll for the weapon.
3.
Okay. I need roll. I need a dex check off everyone. It's not penalised unless you're blind. If you're still blinded, you still take the penalty dice.
That was close.
14.
Okay.
97.
Did everybody pass?
I missed.
68.
I didn't pass.
All right. Every pass takes. Okay. There's damage coming here. You've disabled the robot.
And Cap also didn't pass, I think.
No, I passed both. I got a dex of 65, don't I?
65.
Yes, but it's penalty, or isn't it? When you're blind.
Yeah, it's
We're not blind.
when you're blind, you roll 2 dice, 36 and 61.
Oh. Well then.
The Cap did his. Did everybody else roll 2?
Oh,
Cap
yeah,
did his and passed.
I still need a second one, sorry.
Oh, I need a second too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you
still
take the
blind.
worst because it's a penalty dice.
69 is still a
I
pass.
thought I was only blind for 1 round.
No, it was
Oh.
2. You've still got a round left.
Oh. 2.
Oh, you,
I passed
but
once.
you still failed because you failed on your first roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who passed takes. I'm going to roll damage. Anybody who passed takes half of it. Anybody who failed takes all of it.
Self-destruct.
No, he just he shot his round down the barrel, which would have hit the ammo that was already in the chamber and caused a backlash through the ammo, which exploded.
It was half the plan.
So how much damage should we roll?
Uh,
A D.
right, so you're rolling 4d8 each, but only Asper's taking all of it.
Oh, great. 4d8.
Okay.
Oh, holy.
23. Am I dead?
At least I don't feel pain.
Yeah, well, you're not going to be happy. Let's put it that way.
I don't feel pain.
If you failed, you take.
Now we still have a get it. You can't dodge because you can't see it coming.
Right.
But you still get luck rolls. So once we've worked out the damage, you'll still get a luck roll for it.
Okay, so everybody took damage, right?
Everybody
Even
rolls
if
as
you
if they took
passed?
damage. But
Right.
if you pass, it's halved. Because you're still within its blast range, essentially, as its ammo cooks off.
I like how I passed while standing directly in front of it.
Yeah. Well, it just illustrates that it wouldn't have come out in an even
You
blast.
shot out to
it
the
would,
left,
it was just
and I'm
shooting.
on the left.
It just
I took
bullets
most
just would have exploded out of the side of it, shooting in all directions.
Me.
So, Red, did you pass?
Yes.
Okay. So, and what damage did you get? 18.
I rolled
So that's
18,
9.
so it's 9.
Yeah. So at the moment that's on 3, but we'll come back to this in a second. Asper's on 23, so she's zeroed.
Dead.
And that's enough to be a major wound. Okay, potentially. We haven't got there yet. Nin, you got 20, didn't you? Which is halved. So that's 10. And Cap got 11, which is halved. Round off, which is 5. So that puts you on 7. Alright, Cap, give me a luck roll.
All right.
That's a fail, isn't it? So you keep the damage. Red, you do yours.
What is a fail and what is a...
Your luck is 55.
Oh, my luck is 55. Yeah, definitely pass.
Yeah, so you're safe. It damaged you, but it's going to be non-life-threatening damage. So you're essentially concussed, cut up, bruised, bleeding from lots of different... But it's all from, like, glancing blows and things, bullets that have just grazed your skin. And stuff like that, rather than actual physical damage. Silas, yours is 50. In fact, everybody's luck is 55 anyway.
37.
So yours goes as well. So we'll keep that. Asper, this is the one.
37.
How lucky are you?
Whew. So lucky. I almost died in the first session.
Oh, this is what luck rolls are for.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, now, if you test your luck and you're successful, you automatically lose points. Okay? But you've got a chance to get them back. First of all, so everybody roll a d10, and you lose that. Sorry, d6. d10 for advancements. So everybody roll a d6, you lose that much luck.
And of
5.
6.
1. Yay!
50. Wow.
So lucky.
Yeah.
We're so lucky.
And what
that
did you
we're
get,
all
Cap?
losing it.
What did Cap get?
6.
I got 5.
Or
So
5.
you got a 5 as well, so 50. Right, every time you test your luck, and you can, I should have told you, you can elect not to test it and just take the damage. But I'm assuming you wouldn't have done that.
No.
Whether you pass or fail, you lose luck points. At the end of the session, you get a d10 back automatically. If you got lucky as your special skill, you get 2 d10 back.
Okay.
Yeah. So there will come a point where you've run out of luck points and you won't be able to. It'll take a while to replenish them. Let's have a look. So, the only person who was injured there is Cat. Now, that's less than half of your hit points, mate. So, although it's damaged, you've got a bullet hole in you. It's gone. It's like a through and through your thigh or something like that, and hasn't hit anything serious on its way through.
Are you kidding me? The only person who got damaged is the medic?
Yep.
The one outside.
And you were stood behind it as well. You dived out the way.
I mean, I almost killed us all, but at least the robot is dead.
Well, the robot,
Is it dead?
it's no longer. Yeah, it's not moving.
Okay.
It would be surprising.
Can I move over and like take the ammo out of it?
There isn't any ammo left in it. It got all cooked off.
Oh, it all got destroyed. That's right.
Yeah.
I would like to have a look at where Doc got damaged and if we can make a makeshift bandage from some part of our clothing.
He could do that himself. If there's anyone who can do that, it's Cat.
It depends where it is. That's why I asked. Depending on where it is, he might need some help.
Yeah, it's on his thigh. He can reach that. You want to give me a first aid roll?
Some duct tape.
Yeah.
Paperclip.
Well, actually, duct tape would work in certain situations as an emergency bandage. So give me a first aid roll, Cap.
Oh, all right. One sec. I was on the wrong screen.
72 and you're still passed.
Yep.
Roll a D3 and you get that much. You get that many hit points back anyway, just from your endeavors. 2. Now, normally you get, for a day of rest, you get 1 hit point back a day. That's doubled for you because of your fast healer.
I'll be back up and running in no time, guys.
Basically, a day and a half. A day and a half of rest and you'll be back to full. You can't do any more first aid to it.
Right.
So, and if you'd scored low enough to get underneath your medicine as well, that would have been 2d3 instead of 1d3.
Gotcha. All these rules. Okay, so
good job I know them.
Yeah. We should check the doorway to see what triggered it, how to open the doors, and all that.
We've already gone over by half an hour.
Well, all right, yeah, that's true. But I gotta write this down. Check the damn doors. How to open?
I think the door triggered the robot. No, opening the door.
I mean,
Yeah, I
first
think so.
session and I already blow something up.
Yeah,
you did good, man. I'm proud of you.
And you kicked a door in and looked impressive doing it.
Yeah.
And we got 2.
The only thing you needed was a cloak, and because there's no wind, someone just flapping it for you in the background.
And sensors, and we need to check salvageable stuff on this robot.
Yeah,
Stuff we could use.
make some notes, Kat. Whatever you want to do, drop them in me in a DM, and I will put them underneath your characters on the character sheets. Any notes that you want me to carry over from session to session, I'll put them down here for you.
You are the best. We did good. We're working good as a team.
Yeah. And like I said, I didn't realise we'd gone over by half an hour. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. This was fun. I look forward to the next session.
Yeah,
me too.
Yes.
Super fun.
Yeah. When is the next session?
2 weeks.
A week, 2 weeks today. So that'll put us on the 3rd of April. My mum's over, but that's fine. You can watch.
Well, I mean, do you need that time to prep, or do you want to do it next week? Because this is on my girlfriend's schedule.
I did bi-weekly, just actually it gives me more time to do stuff between. And when we were doing it weekly before, I found that within about 6 weeks I was getting burnout. So
right. Okay, so
the gaps will suit me better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
It just means we're more likely to forget stuff. So anything you need to remember, write it down, DM it to me, and I'll add it to the character sheet so it's there for next time.
Awesome. Thank you guys for playing. It was fun.
I'm just gonna, because we can, I'll just raid over to Bilky because he's on.
Yay.
I like him.
Right. Awesome.
Let's do it.
See you guys in a couple weeks.
See you then. Have a great day and evening.
You too.
Raid, Bilky, start a raid. And I'll go to the end of the screen. Thank you everyone for watching. I don't know why this is entertaining to watch rather than do, but you know.
Good night, everybody.